I couldn't remember what the intro button was because Beep flipping blindsided me. Thank you, Beep. You big special love. Much appreciated. Hello, gang. Saturday evening entertainment club and donation bucket. It looks like. Hello, I'm Colonel Failure. This is Saturday, and we're doing the stuff and the things. Thank you, Beep. You're incredibly generous. I remember when all this wasn't all this. We're on floor 4 here. I'll give you a tour of what I've been up to. But first, let's say hello to people. Where should we start? Let's start with Luke. There we go. We'll go from Luke, and then Rendragon, Techie, and Ozian. Vaclav, LDSK, Jadine, Gretchen, Robin, Michael, Eileen, Hatchie, Cody, Chris, Yorkshire Phaser, James, Coldo. Hello. Rusty IT Nerd, Wolfgang, and you're all too good at this now, you see. Hockey Pucky and Matthew, and hello, and Eric the Sea Ape, and Clumsy Cole, Eileen, Menso, which I was allowed to abbreviate. Good. I know. No, I'm going to get it right. Hold on. Menso Van Rij. Mensovan Rij. Mensovan Rij. Okay, right, good. I've got a pronunciation, don't care if it's the right one. And Eric and Tim and Braindig and JMT off the rails. One Fox21 and Goodear. Black and Sky 84 is in the house. Grumpy Bot, Richard, Merlin Kernow, Robin, some more, and Ian, and I'm lost. Wait, no, you were further than that. Was I? I'm not sure. No, I wasn't that far. I was up here somewhere. And there, Robin, Ian, and Wootrax and Wayne, and Two Giant, and Micah. And Game Over Australia, Steady Bob, Scorpio, Hypo Centre, Mike, and Chris, and David, and Red Shark, and Captain Blix, T-Bone, CS Lockwood 85, Steve, and Gretchen. Again, don't push it, Gretchen. Gordon, Matthews here, so's Matt. And Jake, who I started with, but why not? And Quiltless, and Andrew, and Paul, and Sick Boy, and Roadhog, Alan, and OB Noob One, Dav Scott, Mr. B, aka TBS Twister, Code Monkey Guru's here, so's Kuza and Asakai, as is Niall and Bobby, TC Boo, and Blake. I am Jameson Ort Crux, which is a socket that you should only use occasionally. Def Mick, Paddy, Gareth, Richard, Byron, Matthew, Eduardo, Michael, Peter, and Peter again straight afterwards, recognising the typo, but it was too late for that, and so we score a random bracket going on there. Rob, LFC, Suter, Svav, and Robert, and Danish Thinker, and Beep, and Ajax Engine. Skip's in the house, just in case any of you need roughing up. And Laudrin, Dave, Captain Dog America, which I approve of, Nathan, Commander Tomalac, Fozzie Bear, Hugh Mann, John, and Fly GT, and Stone Steak, Tristian, Michael, David, McGilly Cutter, hello McGilly, not seen you in a while, and Joe, and Mainframe, Average John, and Mitch, formerly known as Mitch. Hello team, nice to have you with us. Let's get a show on the road. So I'm up top because I've been at business. Danish Thinker's become a member of the Fail Brigade. Gracious me, it's all go all of a sudden, all at once. It's high time you joined there, Danish Thinker, and it's always good to have some thinkers aboard. Jeff with his boats is here, and so is Laszlo. Excalibrate is as well, and that's good. As you can see, there's not an awful lot of anything going on up here. Lots of squoos, but not an awful lot of, ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. This hasn't changed. This is the same as it was when last we met, except I've now put a roof on it. Ready for the next bold adventure. We've got all kinds of gubbins going on up here. We've got some iron pipes going on in that one. This has got rotors in it. Yeah. I've got odds and ends of all kinds of odds and ends going on there. The whoop whoops are out in force. This is good to see. I love the whoop whoops. Amy's chucked a fiver in the bucket. Thank you, Amy. You missed a couple, so here's your penance. Well, yep, that covers you for 5. Just so as you're aware. Thank you, Amy. Much appreciated. Yeah. What do you mean almost correctly saying your name? Mensuvaranara? Yep. That's how it's pronounced. It's official. If you want it pronounced differently, spell it phonetically. Yes, that's the only way around that one. More buckets of stuff. This has got an awful lot of versatile frameworks, which I need to shove into phase 2 up there, but we're not quite ready for that yet. Anyway, there's some more odds and ends going on up here. How do I become a member? Says Matthew. Well, I'm glad you asked, Matthew. If you press the join button on YouTube, you can become a member. It costs 5 of your Earth dollars per month, and what do you get for that? Well, you get access to the Fail Brigade Discord, which is worth the price of admission alone. There's always something going on among people who get it. You know, generally, whatever it might be, they get. But more than that, you also score the Kernel Reduced, which is a monthly vlog that usually runs to about an hour. And there's 100 or so extra episodes of various different series that I've recorded. Multiple games, multiple series. You can watch all of the Reduceds going back to when I first did one. There's loads of stuff, loads of it. That's why you should do it. You can press join on YouTube in order to become a member, or you can go over to patreon.com/kernelfailure. Pretty sure that's it. It might be kernel_failure. I can't remember. But you can do that with your fingers, and then there are different tier options that you can opt into, starting at $1 for those who want to do $1, going up to $5,000 for those of you who've more money than sense, or if your name's Beep. Right, so here's floor whatever this one is, which is where we manufacture screws at the moment, but there's nothing going on because I've disabled quite a lot of this for reasons that will become clear. Oh, the Dyson Sphere backer series. I'm going to do another backer series this year. It's been too long since I last did one, and I can make it happen. Dyson Sphere was a terrific backer series. I enjoyed it. I only stopped because it felt like I'd done too many of them, and I'd got most of the way through it. It's early access, so I hadn't done all of it, obviously. All this machinery you see here, I'm probably going to tear up just to set your mind at ease. No, we're not settling on what's here already. No, we're doing something else. Anyway, down to the ground floor here. This is all new. Let's back up so you can appreciate it in all its gloriousness. Alright, this is iron processing at this end, and it does process a lot of iron. And it's all backed up at the moment because all the iron storage is full. But I've designed it in such a way. So here's the incoming iron belts that are mostly balanced. Yeah, four iron belts coming in now. There are 4. Yeah, these two run in parallel. See, told you. And they enter in here, where we got 2 going in. Yeah, 2 of those are pipes. One of them is no, both of those are pipes. Here we got another 2 going in. This one's pipes. This one's plate. And then at the far end, another 2 going in, both of which are plate. Yeah, cool. Right, and then once you're in, it goes back and 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 back, and then has plenty of room in which to expand once I've got a little bit more incoming. These are just empty storage pods apart from the ones that aren't empty. That one's not empty. That one's got cable in it. This one's got copper sheets. They're in a... What's this one packing? Nothing. Right. Okay, good. I've already emptied it. That's why. Yeah. Yes, and then we go to what is going to be our new storage area. We're using these large storage crate doodads. This one's a bit of a mess at the moment because it's a mixture of... Hold on, let's climb up. This is a mixture of steel ingots, shouldn't be in there, and steel beams, should be in there. but I made a mistake and fed quite a lot of stuff. I'll fix it. It's all fine. In here we've got iron plate. Both containers are full. It feeds into the bottom one and then feeds from the bottom into the top, and then we'll take out from the top to go and feed later machines. But the idea that I wanted was that all, and that's iron pipes over in that one. I want all of my storage stuff over here or around the outside of the factory. That way, if I need a little tickle of this, that, or the other, then I can just go grab it. You know? Yeah, I can just go. I can go fetch it with my hands. There you go. So that's that. So basically, the changes that are forthcoming are we're going to make the factory go from front's down that way, yeah, to back. This is back here, and at the moment, some floors go side to side, some go back to front, some it's just a mess. Was built without a coherent strategy, which is fine when you're not being coherent. But I want to be coherent occasionally. There's too many flipping power cable holders. Is that what they call them? Yeah, it's a power cable holder going on there. It's all right. It'll be resolved in the fullness of time. Anyway, let's talk today's objectives. So get all of what I want to do is I want to finish off all of the resources that are currently in transit, right? In the stuff that's still working. And then I want to get as far as, if we go to, is it management? No, is it organisation? Organisation. I want to get as far as signs, but I've got to unlock quartz crystals first, which means finding some. Because kind of important is being able to label all those containers so that I don't have to memorise exactly which one's which. I don't know. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, I won't take anything over 5,000. I will, but we'll have to come to a special arrangement. Yeah, just, you know, get in touch and we'll make some kind of special arrangement. Yeah, so I want to get signs. That'll happen when it happens. More progress towards completing objectives and reorganise the factory, and I'm going to need more power because I'm no longer manufacturing any bio resources for power. So at some point I'm going to need more coal. All of that's still to come. Yeah, there you go. It's a sports ball jersey. It is a sports ball jersey for the Philadelphia Eagles, who are going to beat the heck out of the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl tomorrow night. And I'm supporting my team. If you don't recognise the style, it is because it is the Salute to Service shirt, which I quite like because it's black. Yeah, there you go. That's it. How long until trains come? Wolfgang, I have no idea. It could be a very long time. It could be soon. Honestly, don't know. Anyway, first job is one we can go and deliver straight away. And we're going to go over here, and we're going to give this some tubes. There you go. Thump it. Advanced steel production. Whoop, whoop.
Milestone reached. Logistics
and so forth.
With a larger storage container, enhanced conveyor belt
you don't need signs, just stick out conveyor belt tongues. They work like item pedestals. That's actually a solid tip. But no, I want signs. Just reasons. Just reasons. That's why. I'm not sure what she's rabbiting on about, but I'm sure it's very interesting. Right, we'll wait for that to come back. Now I'm going to go get these bits of frame business to go and shove them into the sky lift. Skylift. Yep. There you go. See, look at that. Look, that actually, it's the first time that's actually worked first time, and I don't want to be up here. Well, never mind. Yeah. I remember when all this was, you've done that one already. Okay. I'm going to have to tear all this up. It all works. It's just very, very convoluted at the moment, and my next objective is to convolute it less and make it so I can extend back further if I need to produce more. That's the dream. Whether or not that dream is accomplished is anyone's guess, but that's the dream anyway. Right, I've got some of those in here. Right, let's take 8 of those. Give me a quick reorganise. You haven't quite got enough space for everything you need here. That's fine. That'll work itself out. Frames galore in there. But there you go. Yep. Right. Good. So there you go. That's it. That's the plan. Everybody on board with it, and you will see, I hope, why it is that I endeavour to conduct said plans. Chuck all that back in there, and then give me 1, 2, 3, and then I'll tell you what. Look, let's put some of this, put some of that in there, grab some more of this, put some more of that in there, get some more of this, put some more of that in. That's it. Yeah. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Right, stick that in there. Grab some more of this. I'm not going to count it. I'm going to go by eye and go, is that about enough, do we reckon? We need 500. I've got something close to that, I reckon. Yeah. Or if not close, then close, you know? Yeah, definitely one or the other. Right. Let's say that's enough. Just, you know, for the sake of argument, don't fling yourself off there, you dipstick. Right, hang on. We'll charge down the belt instead. Alright, there we are. And, right. Okay, go over to the tall fella and shove it full of bits. Groovy. Now, I think I've only just finished the research that allows me to build the 3rd bit, at which point I'm going to go, oh, flaming heck. But it'll work out. Allegedly. Right, slap that lot in there. Oh, I've got some to spare. Oh, magical. Okay, alright, what else do you want? You want automated wiring, which uses cable and rotatey things that I haven't designed yet. Sure, okay, keep it simple. That's all good. Let's move this fat bloke out of the way. Oi, Chubbs! Get out of it. Yeah, go on. Clear off. Stop trampling on my things. Yeah, I told him. Right. Good. Alright, so what's next? Well, I think we should probably go back up top and grab the remainder of my possessions. Put the rest in the awesome sink. No, I'm going to need them, and they do take quite a bit of manufacturing. So you know, I'm not going to just chuck them away. No. Incidentally, the awesome sink is the thing that prints tickets to spend at the awesome shop, right? If you don't know. And at the moment, it has belts coming in from... Which belts has it got going in there? It's got limestone is going in there directly, as well as copper ingots. Just because I'm not using them. So I thought, well, stuff it, I might as well turn them into tickets. So that's merrily gurgling away back wherever it is gurgling, doing its merry thing. Yeah, right. Okay, status, you say. All right, let's. Where's my standalone manufacturing setup bit? I think it's over here somewhere, maybe. It's not that. That's full of iron plate. No, or is it? Yeah. I mean, why? I just don't know. I couldn't tell you. Couldn't honestly tell you why I've got that going on, but I have. Yeah, that's the thing that's happened. That's reinforced plate in that one. That one's rods. Yeah. Could just get under here. This one's rotatey fellas. Yeah. And here's my standalone. Right. Okay. So you want rotatey fellas. You don't want modular frames. Give me the modular frames. Come on, feed them all in. Oh, come on, I haven't got that kind of time. Go on, get on with it. There you go. That's it. I don't need you to empty the box. I can do that for myself. Hang on. Just... There you go. Right, get those out of there. And then grab these. Grab... No, you're full up. Oh, flipping egg. Okay. No, that's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Let's go there, grab those. And then grab these here. Yeah, and those. Good. Anything else? No. Sweet. Right. Stator. You need 8 wire, yeah, and 3 steel pipe. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. I don't make steel pipe at the moment. Alright, well, in that case, that rather dictates what we're doing first then, doesn't it? I rather think it does. That's because it does. Okay, then. Down a floor. Alright, which way's down a floor? I don't know. Higher value items generate tickets faster. Yeah, I know that. I know that. But that's okay. I'm not gonna. No, you see, they take a long time to make, and I don't have any automated manufacture of them, and therefore, I'm leaving it well alone. That feels like stuff that would be worth my time to keep intact. Now I've got to go and find the front, which is that way up there. Okay, what are you supposed to be making? Nothing at the moment. Ooh, these aren't even configured. No. And it's all set up. This is a new bit of build here. So this can be my my steel production facility. Right. Steel beams. Yeah. No, that's just a splitty, mergy, split, merge. All of that. Right. How many banks of these have I got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9's a sensible number. No. I'll have thought it through. I'll have balanced it out. I'll have tweaked it. I'll have figured it. I'll have configured and made it right. Because here's out. Out. That was me. Sorry, that wasn't the stream. That was me questioning my own. What have I done here? What have I done here? Oh no! This is misconfigured. Oh no! How can it be misconfigured? It's not. Hold on, I'm confused. No. What? I think this is supposed to make screws or wire. Yeah, this is set up for a secondary manufacturing job. Well, that's no. Well, all right. Well, I'll leave it alone. But this is evidently, it's not for steel-based anything at all. So we'll do steel-based something over here. What are you doing? You were doing. Hello, I'm steel. You were doing steel-based something. Right. Well, in that case, let's tear some of this up. There you go. Excuse me. Don't mind me. Yeah. Just ruining it for everybody. Don't mind me. That's okay. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just moving you. Right. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Self-insertion of lag. Yeah. No. Do it. Ever since I was a young gentleman, I've done, when I was a Herbert, I used to stand in front of the mirror and just make strange faces and sounds. Now I'm sure that's not unique to me. I mean, I didn't do it all the time, you know, but there would be regular occasions. I mean, I wouldn't reference it if it happened only that one time. No. I'd stand in front of the mirror and I'd just make a bit of a dipstick of myself. And I'm rather glad that I did, because one should not be ashamed of being a dipstick. You should embrace it and have fun with it. And what do you know? I did. Right, we've got some windows. Yeah, let's take the windows out. You'll see why. Now I've got 2 belts, so I could split those to become 4 belts. Yep, 2 lots of each. Yep. Okay, cool. We're gonna. I get a feeling we're going to need more steel than that. But yeah. Now I do strange faces in front of the camera. I don't do many strange faces. Has to be seen. Has to be seen. Has to be said. Strange faces, not so much. I'm not one for gurning on the stream. I could, but it's not really my style. I do all of my facial expressions through the medium of sound, and therefore you can kind of judge what the expression being pulled by the level of grumblitude that is accompanying it. Or at least I hope you can. No, not that one. This one. There you go. And that one. Right. Okay, this is going to be steel. Yeah, you've said that. Now just do it. Put machines in first. Put the machines in first. Now, the way that I like to do these, We want constructor. Yes. Right. And we want the orange end pointing at us. What do you want to do? In and then out. Yeah, okay, right. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, okay, right. Okay, cool. Okay. Stick that in there. Bit further out this way? No. Bit like that. Well, stick it in and see if it fits. It doesn't fit. Okay, bring it back. Do it again. Because you've only got to get it right once. Well, twice. And then you've just got to follow it along. Right, if we try it there. Really doesn't matter where it is. That's the ticket. And then we'll feed the outs down the outside edge here. Okay. Right, so then you stick another one next to it. Like so. Yep. Did that go right? It did go right. Okay. Now what did you say? You've got 2 belts coming in. Yeah. Is that advisable? I mean, with 2 belts coming in, then I think you want to do 2 banks of 4 rather than 4 banks of 2, which is what I was going to do. Look, this makes sense. This is why I don't do it on the stream, because it's a lot of me going, but if it was 7 and 47 and then a 12 in there and maybe another 6. Yeah, that would work. Which means absolutely nothing to anybody apart from me. And even then, no, it definitely means something to me. I don't bother trying to sound clever if it's just me on my own. Because, I mean, I'm easily impressed just by, waking up in the morning. Right. Okay, here we go. Right. Just, yep, that's it. Yeah, and about there. Okay, you can take 6s. Don't need to burn steel on making super belts on this. 6s will do. Yep. That's it. Yeah. Now, I've no idea if this is going to line up with the windows or not. I might end up being a bit sad in a moment, but I'll figure it out. You're going to end up being a bit sad in a moment. I'll figure it out. Okay. Yeah. You've got your splitter going wrong. You've got your splitters all going. No, these splitters are right. Where have I put the in-feed for that then? No. Hang on. I could just be confused. That's a 3. That's an out. That's an out. That's an out. I'm not confused. I was right. It's okay. Not confused. Nothing is confusing. I am definitely not confusing. Right. Okay. All right. And then we do more splitters over here. Yeah. And they can sit bang up against each other. Yep. That's it. Keep going. There you go. All right, and we'll run one feed in either side, and if the processing speed is such that that there's leftovers, we'll blat up some more machines, and to get the production to be just so, eh? Oh yeah. Right, now feed that next to this somehow. Just wait for it. Oh, spin it. Okay. Right, that's in a line. Yeah, that's about the right distance. Now, it doesn't matter if it's symmetrical, but, it's nice if it is, and I think I might be 1 spot off. You might be 1 spot off. Yeah. Just get it right once, and then everything else is groovy. Okay, try it again. There you go. How close are we talking? Not talking that close, surely. I think you are. Okay. All right. Right. Yep. Wait. Yep. Oh, there. Stand further away, and then you can measure more. Well, I mean, you're only measuring using eyeball anyway, but no, I think it's about there. Okay. Put it in. Golden. Does that look right? Yeah. All right. Good. All right. Now build me some. No, hold on. Put the belts in now. What's that? Well, that's not what I wanted. Right. That in there. Right. No, I'll put the belts in afterwards. Get all of this laid in. Okay. Right. Turn snap on, because you never know, it might actually help. That feels right. But is it? Let's say yes, for the sake of argument. Although that might... No. The other one's direct on the floor. Thank you, Snap. You helped nothing at all. Eyeball it. Right. There you go. Just keep eyes on. Yeah, that's in a line. That's in a line. Thump it. Alright, yeah, that looks viable. Is it, though? Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. I thought you were going to do the belts afterwards. Change of plan. And it's my plan, so I'll change it as much as I ruddy well like. Thank you very much. Yeah, right. Super. Yeah, and then last one. I see you have reverted to the... I'll be quiet. Right, there. That. And this. And we're there. Okay. Then you just need the main feed belt going through the middle. We'll use the ladder. I'll use the ladder. There we go. Right. You do that. That. Thank you. Right. Jump to the next one. And to the next one. And to the next one. Right. And give it some 6. No, not 6. 8. Alright. Give it some 8. 8's a speedy belt, you see. 6 is fairly speedy. And 3 is nah. But there is still purpose in using nah. And that is when you don't want to just rinse everything you're making all in one hit. You see, that's a smart way to go. Right, what's the chat on about? Talking. When's Farm Sim coming back? Farm Sim's coming back when Transport Fever's done. Transport Fever's not far off being done, and then I'm going to do a shortish Farm Sim series. Woo. Yeah. Woo. And then we're talking about pizza. Someone's asking about the weather. Yeah, the weather's just after half time. That's when the weather occurs. So weather fans, hold your horses. Right, and then we do the reverse angle out here using merges. This is why I do this offline. There's just less adventure to it, you know, because I'm not wandering around looking for stuff. I'm just rebuilding stuff that I built already. Right, there you go. Yeah. And yep. This doesn't need to be an 8. No, it doesn't. It's a 6. Will do this one. Easy. Right. That's a bit of temporary belt, just so I can jump on the roof. But it doesn't need to be an 8 because I'm not producing enough that it'll clog up the machinery. You see, just that one's not in the right place. Said it was. Yep, I know. But whatever it said, it was lying to you. Well, it was lying to all of us. I think it owes all of us an apology. Yeah, no, and wait, and oh Christ, you can't see a flipping thing. That's the one. That is the one, and that is the place. Is it though? Yeah. Okay. Right. All right. Okay. Good. Next. You come down here. Yeah. Okay. And then you come out there. Yeah. And then you come around here. You could have done that, Nita. You could have just done a nice right angle there and it would have been glorious. I mean, I could have helped you with that, but I guess it wasn't to be. But it's okay because the functionality's still the same anyway. And then we'll go do the other sides. Then we'll get the feeds in. Then we'll get the electricity on. And then we'll be good to go. And then we'll set the constructors, tell them what they're actually making. And then everybody will be thrilled. Okay, then. Yeah. Right. Belt mergage. Oh, I don't care how close I've got it on the other side. You do, though, a little bit, though, don't you? Right. Just in there and there. Yeah, it'll work anyway. It'll work anyway. It's all fine. And a bit of... Wait, yeah. There. Really? That doesn't feel right. It is right, though. Okay. Apologies for it being dark. No, it doesn't feel right. It's not right. See, I told you. Why? See, you should listen to me. I know when things aren't right. Usually because I've built them. Right. Just there. Okay. Just there. And, yeah. And, yeah. And this one, you're not in the right place either. The success rate of this has been really quite woeful, friends. And I can only apologise on behalf of the game. Because, you know, it's clearly the game's fault. Right, sit. Yeah. Punch it. Yeah. Because you have to look at it in terms of little green lines running around all over the place and go, ah, yes, this green line is clearly optimized. And you go, ah, good. Yeah. Right, you get there, and then you do that. Right, ins, outs, sorted. Let's now configure these. You can do pipe. So can you. Alright, so can you. Come here. There you go. Alright. And so can you. And steel pipe. Right, then we jump the divide. We're going to tell the other one what they're doing. And as mentioned previously, if I end up with more ingrots coming in than can be adequately processed, then I just extend the line. This is a line that is designed to be extended. Oh yeah. And then later on, when I am producing more steel, which I hope I never have to do, but I have a feeling that the game's going to make me, then I can extend yet further still. Right, now, we've gone with the triple here, because I need 2 holes for those 2 fellas there. Right, let's look at it. Yeah, you see, it's not ideal, is it? In a perfect world, you would have built that better. Is the world perfect? No, it is not. Okay, right, well, then just deal with it not being perfect, and then maybe while the stream is off air, you could come back and fix it. It won't get in there. Yeah, I think while the stream is off air, you should come back and fix that. Because even from your normally high standards, you're coming up short. Okay, right, go on, go on. Oh, go on! Don't be like that. What else could we do? I think if I were to put a one of these, hang on, where are we? That, yeah. This, yeah. Just squeeze it in here somewhere. I can't see that working. It's not going to work. I'm not thrilled, friends. I'm not thrilled. This is where measuring twice would have been a real boon. Or in fact, measuring once would have been quite useful. Didn't even bother with that. No, just didn't bother measuring at all. So measure no times. Yeah. What's the result of that? You're looking at it. It's not going to fit. Okay, how else could you fix this? I could move the first one. I want it working for now. I'm not going to relay it now because, you know, that's repeating the same... I didn't really mean to delete that one. You could, leave it alone. That will act as a nice big fat reminder that you've got things to fix. Alright, okay, put some 8 on there. Groovy, yeah. Alright. Close enough for now. That could be fixed later. Yeah, hey ho. Right, what are you for? Nothing. Okay, good. Right, we need some electricity in here. Alright, let's put some electricity all up in this business, please. Alright, and there's a nice electricity spot. Just about there. That'll do. Yeah, put some in here. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, new rule. Measure at least once. At least once. Failure to do so, and there are ramifications. And those ramifications are not fun. I've got to build all of this again. Yeah, I know, but it'll be okay. I mean, I had a great time doing it the first time. Really? I had an okay time doing it the first time. Yeah, alright. Yeah, you've not plugged in the second one. Oh. Alright, we'll get rid of that then. Thank you. Alright, give it some of this. That one plugs. Wait, I have plugged that one in. What are you talking about? I've plugged it in. Just don't talk about things you don't know what you're talking about. There. Yeah, and then that. Right, they should all be juiced up. They are juiced up. Now all I need to do is chuck some ingrots at it, and then it's all going to be good. Could feed it from the first one. No. Need 2 separate feeds. Two separate feeds because I'm running the belts at top speed already, and therefore splitting it off is just gonna throttle the inbound supply. Anyway, for now, what I really ought to do... Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. What I really ought to do is what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a bucket down here. There you go. Like so. Like, no, yeah, there. Like so. The floor is too steep. No, it's not. Right, and stick some of that on there. Oh, no, there you go. It's trying to tell you, look. There you go. Stick that in there. Right, and then you can find all of your steel ingots and just chuck them out of the bucket. Okay. Now, obviously, that doesn't go anywhere yet. Where are you going now? I was going to go out the back and grab the rest of those ingots that I'd misplaced. Okay. Okay. I jumped over one that didn't look connected. I'll go back and double check in a minute. I'll go back and check. Yeah. Yeah. What else are we talking about here? Can't wait for Tempest Rising. Looks like the rebirth of Command and Conquer. I have not seen it. I shall take your word for it. I mean, I don't hanker necessarily after Command and Conquer. What I hanker for is kind of a classic RTS, you know? I feel like it has been gone from our shores for too long. Right, take some of that, put some of that back, take some more of this, put some more of that back, and take some more of that. Yeah. Is that going to do it? Yeah, for now. Right. You've got a few hundred. Alright, good. Alright, then trot right back round to the front. You could drop some stuff off in your emergency middle storage boxes. Well, that is a good idea. Alright, get rid of everything that isn't ingots of the steel variety, and then we'll be sort of golden. There, you filled that one. Okay, slap some rotors in there. Everybody will be pleased. Good. Our Cody has been a member of the Fail Brigade for 19 long months. You're nearly 2. Well, only if the 19 that's being quoted there is a misquote, because you've still got 5 months to go to make it to 2. I mean, don't get me wrong, your achievement is noteworthy, fabulous, and appreciated. But I mean, don't start over egging it. Yeah, I'm looking smart in the glasses. I'm looking half blind in the glasses. These glasses aren't even that ideal. But I did a quick pre-stream test every week to kind of go like, can I see better with my glasses on or with my glasses off? What I need is mid-range. So these are short. These are these are to improve my long distance sight. They are, yeah, because I've been short-sighted forever. Not massively so. My prescription isn't all that strong, but it's just enough to make you go, you know, yeah. Why don't you set up a second barrel? Because I haven't got any stuff to make a second barrel with now. I left it all up there somewhere. Alright, okay. There you go. Well, dump some more in and then go and get the rest. Right. Yeah. Have I checked out 8-bit armies for CNC Revival? Yeah, played some Supreme Commander 2 lately. I bounced off Supreme Commander a bunch of times, and Total Annihilation. I bounced off all of those games because it's first to late game wins. I think we talked about that before. Yeah, first to reach the late game wins the whole game, and I can't get behind that. No. There, right. Have we extrapolated everything? Because otherwise you're only going to get perplexed and frustrated when it starts trying to feed ingots into a machine that's waiting for steel beams. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone watching the Super Bowl tomorrow? Yes, I will be watching the Super Bowl. I will be there. I have my NFL Game Pass. So I'll be watching it on... Who's got it this year? Fox, I think, has got it this year. Yeah. I shall be partaking. My usual method, when I don't care, I watch until halftime and then go, I do a bit of the halftime show before declaring it a load of rubbish and then go to bed. But no, this time, all in. Used to really like Donovan McNabb because he's great, until we sold him to the flipping Redskins, which made no sense at all. You never sell your quarterback to the team in the same flaming division. That's just madness. That's trouble waiting to happen. Why would you give a good player to a team in the same division? It just doesn't make any sense. But we did. But yes, I like Donovan McNabb even. I had a McNabb shirt for a while. I did have a tendency to call him Donovan McChoke, but that's a slightly different story. But no, I'm a Randall Cunningham fan, and that's what confirmed me as an Eagle. Is Randall Cunningham and Reggie White. Yeah. Green Bay might pretend that Reggie White's one of theirs, but he's not. No. Yeah, put those back. You don't need all of them. Just take enough to be able to do some business. I've taken enough to do some business. Right, now go and get the rest of your stuff. I didn't realise I was into hand egg. You can't call it hand egg, right? And the reason you can't call it hand egg is very straightforward. It's because we've got a game called rugby football, which is also football, but it originated in rugby. So what you could call it is American rugby. Hand egg is just John Cleese being a cantankerous old git. Oh, there's a first. He's never done that before or since. Oh, hold on. No, that's all he's done before or since. And don't get me wrong, he is a national treasure, but at the same time, he needs to learn that his time has passed. But hey-ho. Faulty Towers will be back soon. I'm sure that'll be edgy. Yeah. Oh, what's that? Cleese diss? A little bit. Yeah, no, I love American football. And the reason that I like American football is because of how over the top it is. Just ridiculously over the top. It is, I mean, a spectacular play in American football beats a spectacular play in just about any other sport. I mean, a great goal being scored in soccer is fine. But no, it doesn't compare to an amazing touchdown pass or a slithery run by Barry Sanders. Obviously, you know, I'm showing the age at which I was most devoted to it, but no, I stand by. What are you doing now? I'm doing stuff with things. Yeah, when you get up there and do it properly. Right, okay, I'm working on it. What's going on here? I don't know. Is this belt flying the wrong way? Well, there shouldn't be. There you go. Right, now, fling it up the hole. Flung to the hole. And then I'll fling the other one up the other hole. American hand egg. Nah, because rugby's hand egg as well. It's an egg in your hand. No, it's okay. Look, it's perfectly reasonable to be dismissive of American sports, particularly when they like to declare their season winner as the world champion. And they kind of go, yeah, it's probably quite easy to be world champion when no one else plays it. We should have thought of that, given that we invented most sports, or at least, no, we didn't invent most sports. We codified most sports, and then everybody else beats us at them. And that's fine. Yeah, armoured hand egg. Okay, armoured hand egg, I'll give you that. But yeah, no, I like American football just because of how overblown it is, and how strategic it is as well. Is the levels of strategic mayhem that are going in this season particularly are incredible. Teams are out strategizing each other to a greater degree than any season I can recall in the past. It used to be far more talent driven, and now it is strategy driven, and it's really, really interesting to see. Yeah. I don't like baseball. I've been to a couple of baseball games. I wouldn't watch baseball on TV because baseball is, dear me, it's boring. Oh boy, is baseball ever boring to watch. But in the same way as, oh boy, is cricket ever boring to watch. But you don't go to the cricket to watch the cricket. You go to the cricket to sit in the sunshine, have a couple of beers and snooze after doing a crossword. That's the point of the cricket. That's what it's there for. And baseball is largely the same. So I've been to a couple of... who did I watch play? I watched oh crikey, I can't remember who it was. LA. I watched LA play. Yeah. Because I just happened to be over in LA on a regular basis, so I went to some baseball games, which was still a pleasant afternoon / evening. Cricket is not boring. Oh yes, it is. Cricket is incredibly boring. Yeah, no, cricket. I mean, cricket's a lovely day out, but it is incredibly boring. I mean, dramatically uninteresting. Even stuff like 2020 is still dull. Cricket is to get drunk in the sun. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I'll quite happily play a cricket video game, but I will quite happily play almost any sport, the video game, as I believe I have ably demonstrated in the past. It's okay. No. I still prefer cricket over soccer. Can't get behind soccer in the slightest. And I'm using my words purposefully. Right, there should be some action going on here. Is there action going on here? There doesn't appear to be action going on here. Did I not configure this properly? Am I looking at the right machines? No and no. Ah, okay. Where are the right machines? Orient yourself by looking for the crates, which are there. Here's the front. Yeah, you're down this far. There you go. That's ingrots coming in. I don't know what I'm doing. This is the old ingrot machine. Oh, right. Well, where did you put the new one? Center yourself. Concentrate. It's in the corner somewhere. I thought it was in the corner at the front. It is in the corner at the front. Keep coming down here. Yeah. It's here, look. And it's doing stuff in that way that you asked it to. Look, there you go. There's some of that, look. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know what your problem is. Well, there's this whole great set of machines in the way. You know what? My backpack's not big enough. Well, that's only because you insist on carrying around too much clobber. No, that's neither here nor there. No, it's entirely here and there. There you go. There. That's the problem there. No power. No, those machines don't need to be powered up, Gordon. They're not in use at the moment. These ones are. See, look, they're all good. Yeah. Sorry, no. Some things are switched off at the moment. I'm in the middle of a bit of reconstruction, restructuring, regret. Yeah. I'm in the middle of all of that. All of that is what I'm in the middle of. Oh, I've filled up my backpack again. What's in this one? Oh, some of everything. Yeah. This is why I do this offline. I know. It's okay. The people are here enjoying the conversation. Well, okay then. Right. Now, hush your noise. Fill that full of... No, it's full again. And that's full again, because you now need to get the out belts configured. Open wheel is nice. Open wheel racing is nice, but it lacks as a contact sport. Formula 1 has been saved by Drive to Survive. Because Formula 1 is so dull. It's as bad as football, soccer. You know, it's as bad in that team with most money wins. The end. All right, every year without fail, team with the most money wins. You just kind of go, well, that's not a good sport. That's why I prefer NASCAR over Formula 1. Not that I watch a lot of NASCAR, but if I'm going to watch a race, I'd rather watch NASCAR or stock cars, because it's just better in terms of actual racing action. You know, all of this blathering on about, oh, Lewis Hamilton is the greatest of all time. You go, maybe, but we'd have to see him in a car that wasn't better than everybody else's to prove that out. You know, second, the boy Verstappen had a car that was just as good. He wins a world championship. Just saying, just putting it out there. Yeah, there you go. We'll see if there's any Hamilton fans in the house now. Someone's going to get upset about that, because Hamilton fans can be a little bit unhinged. You disagree on Drive to Survive, overhyped and plays up on the tensions between Red Bull and Mercedes. But that's why it's saving it, is because it's adding drama, given that there is no drama in the races. Because the race comes down to... I mean, there's an awful lot of tracks where you can't overtake anywhere. Yeah, they've turned it into a reality show. Well, they've turned it into a soap opera. And that's what it needed, because there aren't enough opportunities for personality to come out of Formula One. And, you know, as much as it's great that it's safer now, it was much better when cars were crashing all the time. Now you get one big crash on lap 1 and that's it. Now that, I mean, again, it's great that it's safer. Hooray that it's safer now, but at the same time, it was quite good watching really expensive cars just wreck. And then the driver walking away from it. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mr. Hedgeball. Mr. Hedgeball is a Hamilton fan, but isn't one of the crazy ones. It's okay. My mother-in-law is a Hamilton fan as well. Won't hear a word said against. I mean, you know, he's undoubtedly a good driver, right? Undoubtedly a good driver, but I mean, he has had the best car for his entire career. I mean, it's not that I'm saying, oh, anyone could get in that car and win, because I certainly couldn't. They're very difficult to drive. But the point is that, you know, among peers who can drive those cars, they have a bit of an advantage. And that's why I don't like Formula One, or haven't historically been much of a Formula One fan, is because I'm going to build that tall. I don't know why. I just am. Yeah. What? Hey? Yeah. Laugh a bit. McBadwood has chucked $50 in the bucket. Thank you, McBadwood. It doesn't have an agenda. Oh, okay. Good for you. So it's always good to meet people without an agenda. In fact, I think that could be a summary of the audience here. None of us have really got an agenda. We're all just here, hanging out, having a time of it on a Saturday, or Sunday morning if you're an Aussie, or a Kiwi. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, yeah, there you go. That covers it. If you're in the Eastern Hemisphere, just shut up. You don't know enough about hemispheres. Surely I do. Just leave it. Okay. Either way, yes. Oh, that'll be my car alarm going off. The thing about my car is it's got an attitude problem. If you'll forgive me for a moment, I'm going to go turn my car alarm off. Right, let's leave that going. Let's press this button, which I think is that one. No, it's not that. No, that's everything's broken. And no, nothing's broken. I just need to go turn my car alarm off. Stupid thing. Anyone want to buy a Nissan Murano? Anyone? Anyone at all? I might be selling. It does have an attitude problem. Its attitude problem is not as severe as it used to be. Its attitude problem used to be that you'd look out the window once in a while and the self-opening boot will have just, or trunk for those of you stateside, will have just opened itself. And you've got to go, Why? Why have you done that? And you kind of go, felt like it. I'd routinely get a neighbour knock at the door, go, your boot's been open for the last 3 hours. Did you forget to close it? I went, no, it opened itself. And so now the alarm goes off. Just 'cause it wants the attention or something. I don't know what the reason is. It just kind of goes, dun 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 dun, and death. And still, there you go. Yeah. Uses up a heck of a lot of petrol. I like it. I mean, as a car, I quite like it. It is woefully inefficient. It is single-handedly destroying the planet, which for me, as a bit of a greenie, is kind of like, oh, they might take my membership card off me. But hey ho, they haven't yet because I haven't declared it publicly. Oops. Yeah. It's it does in the teens miles to the gallon. Which isn't, it's not top. It's not top rate. So there you go. Nissan is owned by Renault? No, surely not. No, because I have a vow never to buy French cars anymore. I've had 3 French cars, and every single one of them has had they've been good cars, right up to the point that they develop an electrical problem, at which point they become very, very bad. Hold on, I've got an electrical problem. Wait a second. Oh no, I bought a French car. I went for a Japanese car because they're reliable. So it says on the back of the tin. Oh well, I've clearly been taken for a mug. Your Murano gets 30 to the gallon. Mine will if I'm doing motorway, but then I have a tendency to drive it like the clappers as well, to absolutely boot it. It's having 3.5 litres of V6 sat in the back, it just kind of goes, go on! Front. It's in the front. Yeah. But anyway, that's a different story. It does make a good noise though when you tell it to go on, son, have it. Go on, have a go. Because it does. It goes, all right, I'm having a go. Okay, go, trot, trot. Okay, what does that mean? Don't know, but it's great. Good. Right, now I want to take the copper wire out of here, perhaps unsurprisingly, and replace it with whatever the other stuff. Yeah. You're in the States, so there are only motorways. Freeways and interstates and that kind of thing. Yes, that would make a difference. And you don't. I mean, also. This is not a nationalist thing at all. What I have noticed in the States is that you don't drive like you're in Mad Max in the US. Not quite as much as we do. There is very much a Death Race 2000 element to British driving. And you can go, oh, no, I best not do that. But the least safe drivers on the road are the ones who are following the rules. Everybody who is driving it, like the fella behind them's got wheel size, and then you've got Jason Statham behind them, and then you've got a fella with a tank gun mounted to the roof of the car. No, you've got to drive like they're out to get you, because they are. Always. I didn't need to double stack these. Never mind, that's okay. We'll go on a single stack. Yeah. Hasn't California got the worst speed limits? Don't know. Anyway, I'm. You've got a 30-year-old Golf Mark III. Good car. Good choice. How many miles have you done? How many miles have you done in a Golf Mark III? Yeah. Hey. Yeah. So I mean, you would say that you've got to have your wits about you to drive in the UK, because you have, because the roads aren't really big enough. They've got way too much traffic on them, and everybody drives like an absolute maniac. Apart from the people who aren't driving like a maniac and are driving sensibly, who are, by driving sensibly, increasing the likelihood that an accident occurs. See someone pootling along at 50 miles an hour on a motorway, you kind of go, you are going to die. you're going to get wiped out at a junction. I tried it once, back when I was doing 1,000 miles a week. I tried doing the M25 at 50 miles an hour while it was flowing. Oh, it does flow if you got a tactical time, and I have never been more afraid while driving. I mean, it was ridiculously terrifying, and it's because everybody's going faster than you. Everyone on the slip lanes are going faster. Everybody on the other lanes are going faster. You've been overtaken by trucks, and you just kind of go, yeah, this is going to be the last thing that I ever see. This is quite terrifying. Yeah, I've only been to Boston in a tractor trailer. Did you pay some Romanian chap something to put you in the back of the trailer? It seems to sound that's got a human trafficking element sound about it. You've got an H1 Hummer that you're making into a 40k Inquisitor car. There's a bigger story there, Eric. Oh my good, I need pics. When that's happened, you've got you have to show me a 40k Inquisitor car made out of a Hummer. That would be quite the sight. I can't even visualise. I mean, I know what a Hummer looks like, obviously, but nope, I've got no idea where you're going with that. But it sounds mad, and therefore I wish to see it once it is done. Adam's a truck driver. Thank you, Adam. Oh, you've only been there in a tractor trailer. Oh, I see. You've only been there in a truck. Right. We don't cut. Yeah, you call it a tractor trailer, but a tractor is something you plough a field with. Whereas a truck it can be just the front bit. It can also include the stuff in which you put things as well. So that's one language dividing us all once again. But I have heard it referred to as a tractor trailer rig previously. Yeah. Also, you've driven into Boston in a truck. I can't see that being easy. There isn't an awful lot of room, surely. I mean, I know, America, you're fans of road, and therefore you do tend to make quite a lot more room for cars than people. But at the same time, that can't be straightforward. What am I doing? Oh, I'm clearing space in my backpack so I can clear this lot out of copper wire. I love my Mocha X. Oh, really? Okay, well, I mean that's your right, John. But I rented one last year. I rented a Mocha, and it was the most joyless thing I've ever driven in my entire life. It was so uncomfortable. It was sluggish. I said to the rental place when I took it back, I said, like, dear me, this is a car to drive, a car to buy someone you hate. Oh, it's just miserable. But if you like it, then that's the only thing that really matters. But yeah, no, I can't say I was a fan. No, definitely not. Anyway, no, new car for me this year. Well, I say new second-hand car. My policy on cars is to chase something that was top of the range 10 years ago. Because at 10 years old and around 100,000 miles, the value of the car drops through the floor. So you can buy one, rinse it for a couple of years, and the value doesn't actually decrease by very much. And also you can end up picking up my Murano is a good example. That was a 35 grand car 10 years ago, and I picked it up for 5, and it had got 95,000 miles on it. And I'm having a jolly whizzy time when it isn't just being baffling. And it does rather enjoy being baffling. But that's okay. But yeah, I'm going to get shot of it later this year because it's a stupid car to have. A Jaguar S-Type. I'll be honest, I could go for a Jag, I could, but once you reach a certain age and you get a Jag, yeah, it becomes a statement vehicle. At that point, it becomes a no, you don't have to frisk me. I've definitely got golf clubs in the back. Yeah, I know. I'm unapologetic about it. Yeah. Now, excuse me. I'll go to my weekend home. Right. Just so yeah, no. If I were going to get a Jag, I would get an XJ, JX, X, one of the old ones, one even older, a good one, something honking, you know. You drive a 78 Ford, yeah, but you see now you're into the realms of classic. I've already done my dabbling with classics. I had a 68 Volkswagen Carmen Ghia, and every time I drove that, it put a stupid smile on my face. However, I spent thousands on just keeping it running, and I had brakes fail on the A12 XJ8. Yeah, I had the brakes fail on the A12 while traffic was piling up ahead of me. I had to ditch. I mean, I ditched at about 30 miles an hour, so it wasn't that horrendous. But at the same time, yelling brake at your brakes to try and get them to brake didn't do much. I'd high hopes it was going to accomplish something, but it really didn't get an awful lot done. And what else? It got stolen, and then when I got it back, the insurance company tried to write it off, and I swore at them, and then they decided they weren't going to write it off. And then I made a deal with the garage that did all the work on the car, that I would build them a website, a web store even, in exchange for which they would do a respray on my car, just to tidy up the bodywork. So they did all of the paint stripping and got all the panels stripped back and all of that kind of business, and went bankrupt. No, you've not done that right. And so I got my car back, basically stripped to bare metal with all the panels off and everything disassembled and all of that kind of stuff. It was the one time in the 4 years that I'd had it that it was actually running great. And yes, that's irony for you. Yeah. And I went bankrupt, and so I ended up selling it for 700 quid, which it was painful. But to be honest, you know, just not. It wasn't a sensible purchase. I bought that when I was 30, and because I've always done everything at high speed in life, and I declare that was my midlife crisis car at the age of 30, because I'd had triplets by that point, and you know, at that point you kind of go, yeah, okay, yeah, go through life at turbo speed. So yeah. So there you go. Used to have a Ford Crown Victoria. Nice. Old police car. No, that's cool. Yeah. So yes, I mean, as much as if I was going to have a classic car, I would probably import an American muscle car, and then find and then, you know, do effectively heresy, and get it. I wouldn't convert the side that it's driven on, because that's madness, but I probably would get it converted to electric, so that yes, you'd miss having a thumping great V8 under the bonnet, but that's not the point. No, it would still be proper quick, but that's that would be a stupid investment, that I wouldn't get any money back from, and to be honest, I'm not that bothered. I'm really picky. I spend an awful lot of time on Auto Trader going, what do I want? I don't know what I want. There must be something that I want. I'd quite like the new VW bus. My first car was a VW Type 2 camper, while I was a university student. My dad, because I was in a band at the time, and so my dad said, like, look, I'll get you a second-hand Transit. And that way, not only can you get from A to B, but you'll have a good, you'll have a good vehicle for getting around with your bandmates. And I said, actually, can I have a VW camper? So yeah, so I had a VW camper, and it was tremendous. It broke down all the time, but at the same time, what an adventure! Every journey was a solid gold adventure in a VW camper. Always love P1800s. Nice. Yes, classic Volvos are good. I'll probably end up getting a Volvo again. I had an S60. Now the S60 has its shortcomings. Number one, if you're planning to have someone sit in the back, better hope they don't have any legs. And number two, if you're trying to make a 90-degree turn, you're going to need about 5 goes at it because the cornering is atrocious. But my goodness me, it was a comfortable car to drive, and it was quick, and anything else, really reliable. And you knew that because it was a Volvo, it was you could run it into just about anything and you'd be fine. Yeah. What I want is something that doesn't look like a modern SUV. Which is why I ended up with a Murano, which is something I was going to say, but that's an SUV. You're going to go, yes, but it looks like a giant fish. And therefore it doesn't look like a modern SUV. You're going to go, no, it looks like a fish. You're going to go, right. Okay, yeah, right. You have some wire. And then cease your muttering. Right, you should be doing stuff. Are you doing stuff? It says it is. Did you make something then? It was just real quick. No. Well, what did you do with those bits that I just gave you? You got wire going in. Yeah. What am I missing? You got... There's wire. Hello. Yes. Right, and then... No, that you've given it cable. It wants wire. Oh. Right, okay, yeah. Well, that's foolish of it. Yeah, I know. I could have sworn the recipe said that it wanted wire. Cable. Well, it doesn't, and it doesn't. So just feed it the stuff that it does want. Try and get that last bit out of there without having to destroy the whole conveyor system. There you go. Grab that. Right, try that again. And this time, give it the stuff that it does want. There you go. Some of that. Right, now, you do some machining. There you go. Right, action's occurring. We'll come back and it will have made almost 5 of them. Hey ho. Yeah. Well, don't buy a modern SUV then. There you go. Thanks. What I would like is I'd like a Canoe microbus. That looks tremendous, but at the moment there are no plans to release it in the UK. Boo. It will happen once they've regained solvency. I mean, they're selling a bazillion of them to Amazon, I think. So, thank you, Marcus. Marcus has chucked 100 Swedish crowns in the bucket as a donation towards the new car fund. I appreciate that, Marcus. But in all honesty, I'll trade in the Murano, and I'll probably get 4.5 grand for that, and then I'll stick another 500. Well, okay, all right, yeah, stick that in the 500 quid. Canoe, K-A-N-O-O. Yeah. And I do like the looks of the new electric VW bus, but the price they're asking for them is outrageous. I did quite like the look of the X-Bus as well, but apparently its top speed is about 100 kilometres an hour, which is not going to cut it. Which is 60 miles per hour. You kind of go, nope. Get a tank or a bulldozer. It's not ideal for the commute, unfortunately. No, I don't have to commute all the time, but when I do, it is nice. Plus, I'd have to pay the dart charge on it, you see, and that's not going to be cheap. Okay, it's not knocking those out too slowly. Yeah, why don't you put another crate down here, and then fill that full of pipes, and then just keep it cranking. Okay, all right, storage container. Yeah, there you go. Just give it a bit of 6. Right, there you go. Right, stick some pipe in it. Yep. There you go. Right, you get to work on that. Go get some more of those and some other stuff, and then it'll be good. You've heard the British Army are getting rid of Challenger 2s. It's tempting, but their mileage is even worse than I'm getting now. And you know, while there is a, you know, while fuel prices are going bananas, it really isn't advisable to be lashing out quite so much on the go-go juice. Yeah, grab all of that, right, and go over here. One of these, you put a bunch of copper wire in, or you should have done. Go and grab that as well. Then you can top up both of those, and it's all good. I had a 1980s Type 3. No, I had a 1980 Type 5 BMW that I had for 6 months. This was in the early 2000s. And let me tell you something. Firstly, comfortable car to drive. I mean, it was a massive, it was proper boaty. It was, you know, luxury swimming machine. But nobody lets you in, ever. You know, you're coming up to a junction, no one is letting you through that junction. No one. And you go, oh, ever. They kind of go, BMW, forget it. Yeah, such is the reputation BMW drivers have earned. They've earned the reputation, but that you've got guilt by association, and nobody lets you in. And you just kind of go, but I haven't done anything. You kind of go, don't care, mate. Sorry, it's the law. It's just rules. Yeah, right. Do I need any of these? No, not at the moment. Alright, where are we going next? I'm going to go back to the hub and see what the next short-term research project is. Because I might have some of that lying around. And then we need to start making use of some of this upstairs stuff so we can clear the backlog and start deleting things. Sounds like a plan. Well, yeah, it is a plan. Yeah. I've owned a lot of cool cars. I've done all right for cool cars. Yeah, I've done okay. Improved melee combat. I don't care. It would give you more backpack space. I don't care. Fix-it blueprints. No, I genuinely don't care. I'm not going to get to the extent. Hypertubes, yes. What's that stuff? That's an encased industrial beam. I repeat the question. What do you need? You need steel and concrete. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, well, I can make it. I don't wanna. No, I'm sure you don't. Okay, yeah, no, let's do it. Get that rolling. Yeah, let's go with some of that. Have I got anything that you want? Anything at all? Anything? No. You just fed all your tubes into the machine upstairs. However, you do have a bunch of copper sheeting. Okay, that helps. And a Mark II Escort. That was a rotten piece of junk, that was. Oh boy. I mean, it fulfilled a need, and then it broke down, and someone very nicely lent me a British Leyland Mini. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not the good Mini to have, but even so, it was like driving a go-kart. It was such good fun to drive. Park it anywhere. Feels like you're going to clappers when you're genuinely going quite slow. That was and incredible amounts of space inside, given how small the car is. Yeah, no, I can see why people love Minis. They're just so much fun to drive. So much fun. First car was a 20-year-old Fiesta. Beautiful. I had a really old Mazda. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I had a really old... What did I have? I think it was a really old Daewoo. Yeah, it was a bit like a Mazda in styling. But it was before they became any good. And it was surprisingly good to drive. I mean, it was rubbish, but it was surprisingly good to drive. I had a turbo diesel Montego Estate, which was surprisingly good to drive, and then it was just like someone flicked a switch and it started falling apart. And when the rot hit, it went from totally reliable to complete shambles, body panels falling off the lot in no time at all. If anyone asks why we don't have a British motor industry of the homebrew variety, that's part of the reason. Yeah, the build quality really wasn't all that later on. No. Yeah, No, no, it was, yeah, it was a later Montego, but it was the estate turbo diesel. It was properly beefy, a proper beefy car, and it was great while it was great, and then it stopped being great, and it started being bad car. Then I had the Road Warrior, which was my the Ford Focus, and that was turbo diesel Ford Focus. I did 20,000 miles in that car. Had the DPF replaced 3 times. Something was very wrong with that car by the time I sold it to We Buy Any Car, and they gave me 300 quid for it. I walked in there and I said, like, look, I don't care what you say you're going to give me for it, I'm taking it. I am walking out of here without a car. But there was something wrong. I'd taken it to Ford and they couldn't figure out what it was. But if you were to hold your speed at like 60 or 70 or 80 or anything like that, it would go right. It wouldn't hold it. It wouldn't hold its speed properly. It wouldn't hold its revs. So it was like the expectations were everything you'd expect, is that the injectors weren't firing correctly or were getting clogged, or that there was a hole in the turbo, or anything along those lines. Couldn't find it. No one could ever find what the problem was, and I had it in for diagnosis on multiple occasions. So what you learn to do is you learn to keep moving the throttle, just to keep moving, keep the throttle going. So you're constantly varying your speed by about 3 or 4 miles per hour. And surprisingly enough, that fixed the problem, or rather, it mitigated the problem, so you could still drive it. Fuel filter. I think I had the fuel filter changed often enough. No, it was nothing obvious at all, and it did that for the last 50,000 miles that I had it. So it clearly wasn't, and during that time I had a new turbo fitted because I'd blown the turbo up. Yeah, lots of things that go wrong. But the thing I didn't tell you about those XR-DTs is that every 70,000 miles you have the £1,000 service. And you kind of go, flipping what now? Woof! But hey, there you go. Isn't 300 quid about the scrap metal value of a car? Yes, it is. And to be honest, yeah, maybe they made a few extra quid out of flogging the seats separately, but I'll be honest, 300 quid is about the scrap metal value. Yeah. I mean, it's too late now, people. This was how long ago was it? 10? No. Yeah, about 10 years ago. Great car, absolutely great car. Never failed me. I had a Peugeot 30. Which did I have? Did I have 309 XRDT, and that was tremendous. It went like an absolute rocket. That was a great car. Absolute French, yeah. What was wrong with it? Because it was French then. Oh, the electrics weren't great, so I had to take about 3 or 4 fuses out, because when the French make a right-hand drive car, they don't bother changing up the electrics in the slightest, right? So on a left-hand drive car, you've got this fist-sized wiring loom that runs through the door panel and then around into the dash. On the right-hand side car, they don't move it. They don't move it anywhere else. And so every time you open and close the door, you're wearing through that loom. Yeah. So eventually you wear the loom out. So, I mean, the first thing to go is a central locking, where you go lock and it go unlock. And you go, no, lock. They go, nah. And then the windows would open and close themselves. Open and close. Yeah, just because they felt like it. And the central locking would go. So I ended up just taking the fuses out. Anyway, at the end of the day, what went wrong with that? The thermostat went. but it wasn't obvious that the thermostat had gone. And I'm doing 90 up the M25 on a Friday. There was a clear bit if you're going anti-clockwise towards Dartford, where you could go really quick up there on a Friday night, and everybody would do. The outside lane, the fast lane, was only for drivers doing 100 plus. People absolutely rinsing it up there. I got to the Dartford tunnel, but the thermostat had gone. I just thought the heating had failed. Didn't occur to me that the thermostat might have gone, which basically meant that it had got no coolant, or the trigger to send the coolant round wasn't firing, right? And the only thing keeping it cool was the fact that I was driving real fast. And so the big end went inside the Dartford tunnel. I was not popular. Yeah, blew the head gasket in the Dartford tunnel. Yeah, that was the end of that one. I've had a colourful time with cars. They've got, as I've spent more on them, they have become more reliable. Weirdly, but when I was younger, I had a run of what could be called. I'd get frequent flyer miles with the AA, especially in my Carmen Gear. They turn up and they go, "This is the 12th time we've been to see you in the last year," and I go, "Yeah, I know. I'm no more pleased to see you than you are to see me." But there you go. How many cars have I had in total? All right, hang on. I'll add them up. Yeah, 1. Yeah, camper. Right. After the camper, you had Escort. Right. Escort. Mini was only a loaner, but I'm putting it on the list. After the Mini, what did you have after that? After that was a Montego. After that was Focus number 1. Yeah. After that was the 306, 309. I'm pretty sure it was a 309. Might have been a 306. Might have been a 306, whatever it was. That was next. That's number 6. Then what? After I had that... Oh, then I had a BMW. Yeah. Then I had the Carmen Gear. Yes. After the Carmen Gear, I had a 3-year period where I was working in Liverpool, living in Liverpool, where I didn't have a car. And you get used to it. It's inconvenient occasionally, but most of the time it's inconvenient rather than anything else. And then I bought the Road Warrior. So that was my lovely black Focus. That's the most I've ever spent on a car as well. So that's number 9. After the Focus died, what did I have next? I didn't go from the Focus to... No, what did I have after that? I think I went straight. I went to the Volvo after that. So yeah, Volvo was after the Focus. So that's number 10. And then after the Volvo, the Murano. So that's 11. 11 cars. In how many years of driving? Ooh, good question. 30. 30? 32 years of driving. Flipping heck. Yeah, I know. When you think about it in those terms, you go, oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I've been driving for 30 years. Alright, okay. Now there it is. Of those, my favourite was the Carmen. Best was the Focus. But the one that I just loved was the Carmen Gear. It just made me so happy. It was, and the driver's door was rusted at the bottom, and so I'd spray painted "Rust is not a crime" on there, and the number of drivers who would respond positively to that by giving a thumbs up and stuff. I remember one Sunday afternoon, I was driving from my home in Suffolk down to work, which was in Surrey, because I used to go on a Sunday, live away during the week, right? And there were some bikers on a ride out, and there were 8 of them, and they gave me a biker escort down the A12 for about 10 miles. It was fantastic. They just flanked the car, cruising alongside. It was magnificent. Yeah, that was very funny, and made me very happy. They seem to be having a great time as well. So yeah, that was top notch. Bikers, they're a good bunch. They're a good bunch, bikers, because they know that they're likely to die at any moment. And when they're snaking through traffic, that I have seen it described as, to you it looks like we're snaking through traffic. To us, we're on the trench run out of Star Wars. And you kind of go, yeah, okay, I get that. And I'm not allowed a bike. No. I think I've discussed this before. This is parenting advanced mode. This is my father. My uncle died in a bike accident about 40 years ago, maybe even 50 years ago, before I was born. In which case it would be 50 years ago. All right, whatever. Died in a bike accident, and I always had a hankering for a bike. You know, I mentioned it to my dad, and he goes, "Son, I can't tell you not to get a bike, but I can ask you not to get one." And I went, "Oh no, oh you rotter! Oh, that's plain devious. Because obviously I can't get one now. Oh no." So yes, I never had a bike. Bicycles, yeah, no problem. Yeah. But no, I was one of a motorbike. It's just, I just feel so cheated. Oh, Mr. Daewoo. Yeah, okay. So that'll be the Daewoo. Yeah, it will. You sure it was a Daewoo? Yeah, pretty sure. Pretty sure. Well, who was Japanese technology Malaysian style? I'm pretty sure that'll be the Daewoo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I missed that one off my list. Have any of my Herberts gone for a bike? No. I have 6 Herberts, right? And 5 of the 6 are over the age of 17 or 18 or whatever the driving age is now, of which 1 has a driving license and she's 37. You kind of go, well, okay then. Yeah. Jake, God bless him, he was going for it. He was doing all of his theory-based stuff, and then just didn't bother to revise, and so failed his theory test. So Jake came closest, but he didn't put the work in. And he won't mind me saying that, because Jake had a period in his life where Jake was synonymous with not putting the work in. Okay, well, who's Japanese technology Malaysian style? Interesting. You've had a Citroen XM, 2 Metros, oh, good goodness me, 2 Rover 200s, 2 Rover 400s. Talk about brand loyalty. Crikey, you got a Jag XJ. Yeah. Yeah, we got the dad guilt trip there. It does, just advanced because he put all the pressure on me, putting the pressure on myself. Just kind of go, you cunning weasel. I'll remember that and use it on my own children. Yeah. Right. Okay. Now, what should we turn on? We need to turn something on upstairs to start doing the backlog. A Hyundai? No. I can't remember. It was a Proton. It was a Proton. It was. Yes. They don't exist anymore, do they? Do they still exist? Does the Proton exist still? I can't remember. But yeah, it was a Proton. That's it. It wasn't a Daewoo. It was a Proton. It was some nasty piece of... It was very flimsy, but it was actually quite a decent drive. Not quick. Your father worked for Austin Rover. That would explain the brand loyalty, or at least the discounts. Yeah. Okay, right, good. Right, no, it's perfectly... No, look, I mean, the thing with cars is, if you like it, then great. That's about it. It doesn't matter. Someone else go, oh, it's rubbish. What I did quite like the looks of, that I was hankering for, but aren't anymore because of reasons that I shall come to, was a Suzuki Jimny, which is a little boxy, weedy 4x4, but it looks great. It's such a good-looking little car, and apparently it's quite... The people who've got one say it's a total giggle to drive, but it was only ever supposed to be a limited run in this country, and therefore second-hand ones now sell for more than they did new. So yeah, I did fancy one of those, but you just can't get them. I mean, they were like 16, 17 grand new, and this was 2 years ago. And now they go for 23, 24. It's just ridiculous. Not the Jimny, that's a hairdresser car. No, it's not. It's too square to be a hairdresser car. You have to be... The old Jimneys, yes, they were more rounded. But the new ones, yeah. I wanted one of them, but now they only exist without seats in the back. Yep, that's true. They've got a cage on the back. Yeah. Come back and we're still on cars. Oh, yeah. Still on... Sorry, Amy. Still on cars. Yeah, true story. Right. What are you doing with yourself? You're just running up and down your compound. The compound's got stuff going on. I'm still doing stuff with steel, look. Yeah, actually, this is probably emptied. In which case, yeah. Right, and then we can do this. All right, we'll change topic. We'll move on. We've done quite a lot on cars, and that's okay because cars are a good topic. I'm a car fan without. I tell you what, I really want, but really difficult to get hold of, is Toyota Hiace. Oh, I love the looks of them. Absolutely, absolutely love the looks of them. There you go. For those, save you having to look it up. One of those. I couldn't tell you why. I'm of a mood where I want a rectangle. Yeah, something made out of as few shapes as possible. But if you look at custom Hiace designs, you kind of go, oh, look at that. That looks silly. And you kind of go, yes. Yeah, but a newish one. The newish ones are great. But they're JDM. Not that I know the lingo, but that doesn't mean I necessarily subscribe to it being of any way important. Hiace van. No, Hiace minivan, effectively, camper. Yeah. Think about Mr. Hedgeball. I asked this on the last stream, never got an answer. What's the actual end goal of this game? What am I? I'm working towards trains. That's my goal. I'll take you places and show you things. Hold on a moment. All right. So if you look in the top right hand corner of the screen, you'll see Objective Phase 2 is currently lit. I need to make all of the gubbins in order to finish that, and I'm probably fairly close to that now, actually. Or at least I'm close to being able to make it. Every time you... No, wrong hole. Hang on, we're going down this one. Every time you finish a phase, you unlock more research tiers. Which I can't... Oh, I'll select milestone. Right, so you've got 8 tiers in total here. I unlock... These two get unlocked with phase 2. And I'm hoping behind one of those is trains. I have never reached trains in this game, and I would like to, and then set up some track. And then run the trains for a bit, and then declare victory. I'm not going to get all the way to the end, because life is too short for that, but I would quite like to get as far as trains. And I think I'm going to get there within the next 3 or 4 of these. An old Volvo Combi is quite square. The important thing to look for is, do I want a Tesla Cybertruck? No, because I'm not 6. And also, I will not purchase anything that benefits Elon Musk. Sorry, but he's a bad human being. And I try not to support bad human beings when I can. Yeah. Or rather, given the choice, I prefer not to support bad human beings. The old Volvo Combi. I can't think of it. The important thing is that it doesn't have a car front on a rectangular body. I just think that looks rubbish. There's a lot that kind of... They're boxy, but then they've got a car front on them. Toby's you've had your first lambs born of the year this evening. How many, Tobe? A lot. Oh, interesting. That was it. Yeah, that was in response to as few shapes as possible. No, the Cybertruck looks like it was designed by an idiot, and it will never pass safety tests. In the sense of, you're supposed to make vehicles that are human friendly, right? So if you accidentally hit someone, you don't cut them to ribbons on those triangular corners that you've got on there, that they're rounded. Nissan Cube, good choice. The only problem I got with the Cube is, because I really like the look of it, it's just a little bit too far towards being Postman Pat's van. And also it's gutless. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. It needs to be able to go quite quickly. Not stupidly quickly. I'm old enough now that I don't need to drive like my hair's on fire. But at the same time, if I do want to drive like my hair's on fire, I'd like to have the option. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, it's as simple as that. So yeah, that's the goal. No, don't tell me what tier it's in. I want that disappointment all to myself. In fact, we'll get to phase 3 this evening. Yeah, let's go upstairs and see how many of those whatnots I've made. Status, precious. Yeah, them. All right, there you go. There's my no, flipping thing. 700 to go. A Scion XB. Can't say I've seen one. No, so I can't judge the Scion XB. I was considering a Jeep Patriot. They're proper boxy, but then I drove one, and I went, yeah, maybe not. I drove one and did the research. So I drove the one with the Merc engine, and apparently the one with the Mercedes engine, it's a little bit faster, yeah, but when it breaks, you're waiting for about a year to get spare parts over from the US. You could have go, forget that. I mean, I don't matter. You were looking at a Honda HR-V? Honda's decent. The problem with cars is that they're all starting to homogenize. They're all starting to look exactly the flaming same. And therefore, I'd like something that doesn't, you know? Alright, well, whatever the thing is that you're trying to make here, you can't make here. Right, what are you? One of the, that's automated wiring. Stator, cable. That's where you've got cable in your head. Oh, yeah. Lots of cable. Well, I've got lots of cable. Right, well, stop making these things then and get to work. Alright, okay, so select recipe, these things. That's the stuff. Right, okay, now you're going to need to sever this belt. Yeah, sever that belt. Right. Grab all the gubbins out of this one. Okay. Yeah. Sling them in this one. Yeah. It's not really working for you, is it, precious? No, it's not. Why don't you just go and stuff the parts into the machine? We don't need that many of them. You need 100, which means I need 2,000 cable. Well, okay. Well, we can work on that bit. Then do so. Right. Yeah. Give me the rest of this lot, would you? Yeah. Just shove these in here. We don't need them at the moment. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I don't like doing it this way either, but the whole factory needs reorganising, and frankly, I need to be doing something more interesting than what I have been doing. Right, what are you putting in here? Cable. Right. And then, what are we doing here? We're going to put in some belts. Right. Then we're going to go downstairs. We're going to find that treasure chest that was full of cable and grab it. Okay. Can you remember where that was? Nope. Might be one of those. Alright, okay, fine. I really like the cyberpunk look of the Ioniq 5. I quite like the looks of the Ioniq 5 as well. But right now, electric cars are too expensive and not quite good enough. So I'm quite happy to wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. Come here. 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. Yeah, I'm quite happy to wait for a little bit before I get electric. I'll wait for the prices to stabilise and the next generation of batteries. Thanks very much. In the meantime, I will be driving all manner of ancient gas guzzlers, simply because it's the last time I'll have the chance to do so. And the price of them is going to be dropping through the floor constantly. And that's why I'm driving a Japanese gas guzzler at the moment, for precisely that reason. Right, okay. Now, what were you using? I get the sense it was not screws. Okay, right, what do you make? No, it is screws. Oh, okay. Do you want to hook it up to another screw belt? Yeah, might as well. Give me some 6. Come here. Alright, get in. Off you toddle. Alright, okay. Emptying the belts. That's the goal. Short term. Get these belts emptied. Alright, and then we can move on. Yeah, okay. As soon as someone makes an electric minivan, I'm there. Yeah, I know. Have you seen the what's it? The ID Buzz is what they're calling it, which is an awful name. Volkswagen's ID Buzz, which is their camper van lookalike, looks terrific. Looks absolutely terrific. But it costs about 75 grand. And you kind of go, no, that's not a car for the people. That is not a Volkswagen. It is an expensive flipping wagon, is what it is. So yeah, it's just too pricey. But the X-Bus, which is also being made in Germany, that looks good, but it's very slow. It's very, very slow. But the options that come with it, and that's going to go for about 20 grand, and that's coming this year. It looks kind of cool, but it's just very slow. And that's why I like the looks of the Canoe, which is being made in California, and they've got no plans as yet to bring it over here. They will at some point. I'll have one of those. They look quite cool. Hydrogen fuel cell is better than batteries. Whoever gets past the post first, as far as I'm concerned. Something will win out. Hydrogen's losing right now. Doesn't matter if it's better. Betamax was better, but it lost. HD TV was not as good as Blu-ray, and it lost. So, you know, it's not about what's better, it's about who wins. And right now, electric charging is winning because they're getting the infrastructure made. Now, maybe in 10 years' time, all that infrastructure gets ripped up again and we're putting in hydrogen fuel pod replacement bays. Could happen. Either way, I won't be able to afford one. Or rather, I mean, the reason that people are... I really, really like the look, and I mean it's obvious because it's made for boys, right? Of the new Land Rover Defender. Ooh, it's so cool. It's very, very cyber. And yet, hold on, what's going on here? Two belts. And yet, it costs £110,000. But I see them all over the place, and I'm going to go, who are these people who've got 110 grand to drop on a car? But they're not dropping 110 grand on a car. What they're doing is they're getting it on a monthly repayment that they can barely afford. You kind of go, you must be mad. You must be mad. You don't want to be a Betamax man? Oh, you'd be surprised. See, a lot of the Betamax people, they're, you know, the tapes store more and they're higher quality and all of that kind of stuff. They could do all of the only thing they couldn't do is rent it. And beta was still used, and it's probably still used in a lot of broadcast all the time. Yeah. New Defender is an awful vehicle compared to the original. Yeah, but you see, the original is designed for off-road, whereas the new one is designed to conquer the new century. And that's the difference. Yeah. The original Defenders, yeah, I mean, they're absolutely tops for making you gradually go deaf at 40 miles an hour. But it will quite merrily drag you through a field. Now, I appreciate, Toby, that as a farmer, that is something that you go, yes. But for most of us, we just kind of go, I'm not going to do a lot of that, really. The new one probably has like 15 speakers in it or something. Yeah, Yeah, and it looks like something that G.I. Joe would drive. Actually, no, it doesn't. It looks like something that Cobra would drive. And you kind of go, yeah, it's cool. But it's 110 grand. Right, and the second you've got one, you've probably taken 30 grand off the value of it. It's madness. But they're getting people into these monthly contracts. And you just kind of go, oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Renting is the most stupid. I mean, everyone understands that renting a house is a really daft thing to do if you can afford to buy one. And yet nobody seems to have figured out that actually renting anything is not as clever as buying something. And that's why I buy old cars. Yeah. They're not even getting it on a loan. They're getting it on a lease, which means they chuck in a couple of grand, pay a grand or two a month to keep hold of the thing, and then when the lease expires, they have to give it back. They haven't got anything to show for it. It's ridiculous. It's such a massive waste of money. G.I. Joe would drive a Willys Jeep. I've driven a Willys Jeep. I don't know if Kev's in the chat or not, but I drove a Willys Jeep with Kev 2 years ago. And that was a lot of fun. So Kev, if he's not in the chat, Kev is he's a car specialist TV producer. He does Formula One and all kinds of stuff, but he gets invited along to the road test days for all of the new manufactured cars. And he asked if I wanted to go along as the talent, right? Whereas I was going to be the on-screen. Now, the filming didn't go brilliantly, but we did have a lot of fun. The thing that the most bitterly disappointing thing about that day was the Renault Twizy. Now, if you haven't seen one, have a look at a Renault Twizy. Because you look at it and go, dear me. I mean, I'd seen one in the real world before getting to drive one. But it's electric and it's a quadricycle, right? So you can get two people in, just about, right? One in the front and then one directly behind them. It hasn't got any windows, has got a roof, but you look at it and you go, man, that's got to be a lot of fun to drive. You would think it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to drive, and you know what it isn't? It's not fun to drive. It feels dangerous, it feels flimsy, it feels slow, while at the same time feeling dangerously fast, and it's just not fun to drive. And you go, but it looks like it should be a hoot. It doesn't matter if it's slow, if you're having a giggle while you're doing it. But no, it was bobbins. But yeah, we took the Willys Jeep out and had a great time. Had a great time. And then because he works with cars for a living, he drove an electric London taxi with me in the back, trying to give some clever thoughts while he threw it around as violently as possible. Yeah. But here's the best bit. The best bit is, despite only being once, they send me an invite to go now every year. So I can just go and drive a bunch of cars, despite the fact that I'm not necessarily... Actually, I am telling you about it now. Oh. And that's kind of why they let me... Oh, no. You're doing what you're supposed to do. Yeah, so my review of the Renault Twizy looks like it's going to be a giggle, isn't? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Twizy fans. And it's a Renault, so obviously the electrics are going to pack up at some point as well. Harsh, but true. Yeah. Right, I've made 25 of those. I need 100, and it's break time. Right. Do you think people want to watch that slowly counting up? No, I don't. They want to watch something dynamic happen. Well, good luck, given that most of the factory's switched off, and you're spending most of today just aimlessly running around, edging slowly forwards. You could have torn it. No, the reason that I haven't just torn the factory apart and put it back together again is because I need to concentrate too much. And the more I have to concentrate on stuff, the less the chat is worthwhile. That's why I only choose games that I either know really well or don't have a lot going on. So that I can cycle a few more brain cycles towards sounding interesting. Yes, I do sound interesting. Shut up. Right, okay, I'm going to go for a beverage. Why don't you do the same? When we come back, we'll still be here. And so will the weather be. Weatherby? Weatherby. The weather will be here. I'll be here. Beep's chucked $50 into the bucket. Must be about that time. Which time? The time that Beep chucks $50 in. Thanks, Beep. Very much appreciated. And the bowling pin is destroying the city. Such is the fervour of its excitement. Fervour excitement. Is there anything moving at the moment? Because if you've only got that one machine that's actually doing anything, then yeah, see, none of these ingrots are moving. Oh, what is even your problem? What indeed is even my problem? Right, I'll be back in a moment. Stay frosty. Just look at something. I'm going to look at that. There you go. It's going to be right riveting. Yep, it's what the people want. You pulled the trigger too early there, Tim. Oh, I almost missed it. Right then, let's get the weather on the go. It's 48 Fahrenheit in Omaha with a slight wind, but you're not sure about Romulus, Joel and True. Good, okay. Oh, and thank you, Tim. 57 and sunny in Amarillo, Texas, southeast London. Rather like last week, was cold and dry today. In Norwich, it's 7 and cloudy. Okay. It's midnight, -1 centigrade, partly cloudy in Timisoara in Romania. It's 0 degrees, partly cloudy. Headed for a low of -4 in Ottawa. It's sunny and 3 centigrade in Fargo, North Dakota. 23 and cloudy somewhere. Yeah, where? In southern Arizona. Smashing. 7 centigrade and sunny at sunset in New York City. 24 with a top of 32 in the Blue Mountains, New South Wales. 7 centigrade and cloudy on the Yorkshire coast. In Essex, who cares? Quite so. London in Poplar, it's 8 degrees, calm and cloudy. You'd call it chilly, but it's rather tea-worthy. Plymouth, Devonshire, it is 7 centigrade and windless. Here in Nottingham, it's a balmy 8 degrees, cloudy and a slight breeze from the west. It's 34 degrees as the sun sets in Niskayuna, New York. 7 degrees in Bristol, 8 degrees in Nottingham. And it's 50 Fahrenheit and miserable rain in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Karlsruhe in southwest Germany. There's 6 centigrade and cloudy. Had nice icy weather this week. We had nice icy weather this week as well. I rather liked it. In Copenhagen in Denmark right now, it's 4 centigrade, which is 39 of the Fahrenheits, mostly cloudy. Watford, it's overcast, it's 8 centigrade, feels like 2, with a chance of a new underlay later on. Not sure what's going on there. 4 centigrade, cloudy and windy in Pilsen. It is 6 centigrade and clear in mid-Cornwall. Brisbane in Queensland, Australia, is 24 centigrade and sunny, with a high of 36 and a low of 22. It's 7 degrees and cloudy in Wesermarsch in northern Germany. Omaha outskirts, it's 50 Fahrenheit, which is 30 centigrade. Is it really? I'm not sure that's right. It's not 30 centigrade. Might be 3 centigrade at 50. No, I'm not wholly certain on the conversion, but 30 centigrade is 90s. -5 degrees and cloudy in Sundbyberg. 7 degrees and dry in Leiden in Leiden in the Netherlands. Is it not Leiden? Have you not spelled that wrong? 7 degrees and cloudy in Stoke. 8 centigrade damp and dark. Basically rubbish wherever Pepper happens to be. It's 54 Fahrenheit, which is 12 centigrade with rain on the horizon in Charlotte, North Carolina. 6 centigrade, cloudy in Coventry, but it feels quite mild. It is 17 somewhere, and I will find it any moment. 17 and dry in Essex. It's not 17. Flip it isn't. Might be 17 in your room, Craig, but that's not what temperature it is outside. I'm in Essex, and so you're wrong. It's whatever it is right now in Michigan, and in 2 minutes it will be different, and then change another 2 minutes after that. You're not really getting on board, Purple Bubba 3636 Gamer. No, just be less purple and play the game. 8 degrees in Newport, Cardiff. It's still miserable, but starting to feel like spring. 7 centigrade and cloudy in Chester. Sunny, 19 degrees in Timaru in New Zealand. 19 degrees centigrade in Napier, New Zealand, with a cyclone on the way. Joy of joys. It's 8.9 degrees centigrade and sunny in West Seattle. Tropical cyclone in Auckland in New Zealand. The Kiwis dig in. 9 degrees centigrade in Manchester. 2 centigrade and clear in Toronto in Canada. Stockholm in Sweden, it's -4, icy, dark, clear. In that order. 55 Fahrenheit and cloudy in Charlotte, North Carolina, expecting rain. In Kildare, it's 8 centigrade and mostly cloudy. 47 Fahrenheit and cloudy in McKenna, Washington. It is cold and dry in Cornwall. Mr. Hedgeball says, not entirely sure because it was cold. It was icy a couple of weeks ago, slipped at work and got a concussion. That sounds like no fun for anybody, least of all yourself. Says 9 degrees, I'm near Manchester, says Richard. 5 centigrade in Briton Ferry. This is not a boat in South Wales. All of this is from the internet. We are the internet. We are the representatives. It's 8 degrees in West Sussex, which is good because I'm likely to be in the garden most of the night looking after a pukey puppy with a runny bottom. Thanks, Bill. Daft Scott says it's 8 centigrade in it's Milgay. I knew that already, but I was going to say Milgay. So I was close. But I know it's not pronounced Milgavi. I know that because I've been corrected in the past. Anyway, I was close, but I didn't get a cigar. Ranting Officer says it's in Dublin, in Ireland. It is 8 centigrade, clear, with 8 kilometre per hour wind speed. 5 centigrade, mostly cloudy, with a light wind in Budapest, in Hungary. At the moment, purple's back. It says 40 Fahrenheit and sunny in Michigan, near Detroit. 38 Fahrenheit, which is 3 of the degrees in the sunny Twin Cities in Minnesota. After months of well below freezing weather. Captain Slip there, who's been Captain Slipping his way around in the freezing. In Fort Worth in Texas, it's -11 today, but it'll be 20 degrees tomorrow. Love your channel. I love it too. Slough, it's 8.3 degrees centigrade at the moment. Friendly bombs inbound. 17 centigrade and in Salisbury, South Australia, heading for 25 degrees centigrade. -2 centigrade in Sweden. Or yeah, I think that the hyphen there is towards 2 centigrade in Sweden. It's 3 degrees and cloudy in Aberdeen. 8 degrees cloudy with a wind of 4 miles per hour in Stourport on 7. Wait, hold on. And then Craig's reading the wrong dial. That's what you got your thermostat set to, you joker. Yeah, 13 Fahrenheit in Caswell, Maine. Yeah, will be Caswell. Won't be Carswell. No. 6 centigrade south of Boston. Presumably that's Lincolnshire rather than Pennsylvania. New England. Boston, Pennsylvania. Yeah, it is in Pennsylvania. Yeah, okay, move on. The white mould is on the ground in Sundbyberg. 44 Fahrenheit and sunny in Chicago. 2 centigrade and sunny in northern British Columbia in Canada. And there you go. That's the weather in the bunker. Yeah, I thought so. It's 25 degrees. It's a bit warm in the bunker. Outside, hold on. Let's see what it's telling me here. I don't know. I'll sign in later. Thanks, Beeb. 6 degrees, dropping to 4 degrees overnight. It was really rather pleasant while it was doing like -2, -3 overnight. It was lovely. Yeah, just that's the way I like it. Very, chilly. How's Jeff? He's a cat. 48 centigrade, high chance of worm sign on Arrakis. Yeah. Boston's Massachusetts. Of course it is. Of course it is. Oh dear. Yeah. There's still New England. It's all the same business. Yeah, I know. No, I know it's Boston, Massachusetts. You have to put the two together and then you go, yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, that's the words there in the correct order. My apologies, Bostonians. Well, never mind. Worst things happen at sea. Yeah. Zotomir at 7 centigrade. Thank you. It's quite nice in Bedford. You'd say it was about 10, says Lord Inter. Thank you. Right. Yeah. Good. There we are. That's the weather. That's the weather. Are we nearly there yet? 50. No, 71. Okay, not a million miles away then. Right. What are you going to do? I'm going to put down some storage containers right about here. Right, these are temporary storage containers for temporary purposes, and I'm going to start tearing this floor apart and leaving only that which is currently being used, plus the storage stuff, and then we shall make more of the large storage containers, and we shall set up dedicated storage for all the bits. That feels like a practical thing to do. I think so. Okay, let's get to work. Well, what do you think I'm doing? Okay, all right. Yeah, no, we're rolling. Yep. Yeah. It's 41 Fahrenheit in Columbus, Ohio. It's 6 centigrade in New Jersey. There we go. The weather, she keeps coming. She keeps coming a little bit later than the usual weather run. But that's okay. I did Zotomir already, didn't I? I read it. Let's do it again anyway. Jan says in Zotomir it's 7 centigrade at the moment. Boom shakalaka. Yup. Okay. Yeah. No, there we are. There it is. There it goes. That's full of rotors. Right. Let's take these apart. Okay, yeah. You know what? Take them all apart, and if you end up leaving some boxes on the floor, so be it. There's one. Yeah, there's another one. I know, I can see them. There's another one. Look. Yes. Right. Prediction for the Super Bowl tomorrow? Oh, well, see, now you're asking. Now, Andy Reid is, because this is the Andy Reid Bowl, so no matter who wins, Andy Reid can take some solace in the result. I think, on paper, Philadelphia have got it, right? Now, I know I'm biased in that regard, but I think removing aspects of bias, I think Philadelphia, on paper, have the stronger team. Mahomes, he's capable of working magic, but he does have a dubious ankle at the moment. Meanwhile, we've got a defensive line that likes nothing better than excommunicating quarterbacks. We did it twice to San Francisco, and that would be why they lost then. I mean, even if we hadn't excommunicated both of their available quarterbacks, to the extent that poor old McCaffrey had to do a stint at QB, they should have just let him run the ball all day. They're going to go, we know he's going to run, but he's really flipping good. So we should have just, they would have still lost. Yeah, our defensive line is excellent. Our offensive line is excellent. Jalen Hurts is pretty good. But where he maybe he's a top tier QB, but the thing is, he doesn't have to run that much because our run game is that good, because our offensive line is that good. So I think it's gonna come down to injuries, and then it's gonna come down to clock control, and if the Eagles get ahead and then they start running the clock, then I think the Chiefs are going to start being all the more desperate in their play. And in looking downfield, they need the boy Mahomes to take a little bit longer to make a decision, which is going to allow our defensive line to beat him to a pulp. If he gets injured, it's all over. There you go. On which note, thanks Toby, good work. Sports Ball, the Fail Brigade American Football Management game that we've been playing on and off for 4 years. As an open team or two at the moment, if you'd like to get involved, and you're in Fail Brigade. Instructions are given on wherever you Fail Brigade. Yeah. Yeah, wonder how much the Chiefs have healed since the last game. Well, I mean, Mahomes has got a dubious ankle, and that's important because he doesn't get enough credit for being mobile, but he is ridiculously mobile when he needs to be. But if he's got a dubious ankle, I mean, his mobility is usually limited to what he does in the pocket, and that buys him enough time to drop in some magic. He's quite good fun to watch. I won't even be that disappointed if we don't win, because I've got a soft spot for the Chiefs because Andy Reid's their coach. So there you go. Yeah, there we are. That's it. I'm convinced teaching American footballers how to tackle in rugby they would win. They're so bad at tackling. Yes, this is true. And there was almost like a renaissance point a couple of seasons ago, where all of a sudden they were being coached to do rugby tackles. The problem is that the levels of speedy athleticism that you get in, I mean, rugby is a game that's won by brute force more often than not, and even the fast guys, they will operate a handoff rather than, I mean, you might get a fly half once in a while who decides to juke his way out of trouble. But the athleticism in American football is very different. And so you'll find that if you go in for a thigh level tackle, planning to wrap their hands around their legs, you're going to get hurdled. And that's a big deal. So yeah, I mean, the number of people you see just dangling off the shirt tails of someone failing to make a good tackle, yeah, to someone who's played a lot of rugby, you just kind of go, seriously, dude. But then if you look at the hits that are levelled on people on a regular basis, an awful lot of the time, the idea is you hit them at full pelt using your armour as a weapon, which should knock them off their feet. But you don't need to knock them off their feet, because as you well know, if they've got no legs, they can't run. As every schoolboy in the British Isles knows all too well. And obviously, by making it the British Isles, that includes Ireland. Because we're all taught rugby at school, and therefore, if you take their legs away, they can't run. Yeah. However, the big change this year that is going to get a rule change, I reckon there'll be a rule change for it, is they've started using, I mean, Philadelphia are right swines for this. They're going to be filed under "Here's why you can't have nice things." Is that they've started doing everyone push the bloke with the ball when we've only got to make 2 yards, and they'll take that out, because that used to be called assisting the runner, and that was a penalty previously, and I think it's about to be made a penalty again, because it's too overpowered. I mean, basically, it's a near guarantee of 2 yards every time you do it. So if you've got a 3rd and 1, well, what are you going to do? You just cheat your way into the last one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can't jump out of a tackle in rugby. I'm still missing a tooth because someone did that. Right. Yeah. Yeah. They're very different disciplines. Very, very different disciplines. I mean, rugby is all about, it's about power with stamina. Whereas American football is about burst power. So it's not about sustaining it for the duration of the game. Because, I mean, a live game of American football lasts 3 hours, right? But every time you take the field, you've got to be able to hit 100% performance immediately. Now, they've got loads of substitutions and all of that kind of behaviour, but at the same time, it's about being at max power every time the ball is snapped. Whereas in rugby, you need to be able to sustain a working amount of power for as long as possible. And obviously, because substitutions are more limited in rugby, then the other team is wearing down, hopefully, at the same speed you are. But stamina is much more a factor. That's not to say you don't need stamina to play American football, but it's a different kind of energy burn. So they're two very different. They're two similar takes on the same thing. I mean, if you look at the connection between American football and rugby league, they're not a million miles apart, you know. But there you go. Yeah. There you go. That's it. If you want to talk about American football for the rest of the stream, we can do. But I suspect we can probably shuffle onto another subject. Baseball. Yeah. The Electro Sports baseball season will probably be back in about a month, I think. Or rather, we'll get the drafting underway in about a month. And I mean, I call it drafting, but really, all I'm doing is I'm getting a whole bunch of people help me to shuffle the teams around, so I'm not doing it Not doing it randomly. Anyone familiar with the rugby term Wednesday legs? No. What are Wednesday legs? It could refer to collegiate play, because every Wednesday afternoon in British universities there are no lectures scheduled, because that's when inter-college, inter-university sports are played. That's why, students, you don't have any less lectures on a Wednesday afternoon. So it's free for sport. True story. So unless it refers to that, no idea. Yeah. The other thing is that hospital passes. You don't do hospital passes in American football. No, you go for them. You're expected to catch them before being hit by some 200-pound flipping tank of a dude moving at 20 miles an hour. Yeah. I need to check my automated wiring to check production. Yeah, I need to... Yeah. I'll check it in a sec. It's got all the bits. But I still had 29 to go, and it had taken 45 minutes, I guess, to do 70 odd. So there's a good chance it's still close, but not yet. I mean, I've got all the bits I need in here, right? What have I got in there? Oh no, I'd fed it manually. Right. Ooh, we might be done. And 100. Oh yeah. Right. Go time. Alright, let's go feed these into the big dog and send it up to the moon. Right, you're going to jump off here and die? No. I'll jump onto there and just wound myself a little bit. There you go. Right, where is the big dog? Oh, it's not over here. It's over there. Okay. Super. Yeah. Toy Masters, Wolfgang. Toy Masters, not Toy Makers. The Toy Masters are a team now. The Toy Master will be making a return this year, but not in the guise that you anticipate. Yeah. I mean, that was an entirely off-the-cuff character creation there, and the level to which it became disturbing was rapid and unintentional, but it just did. That was just a thing that happened. If you've not seen me playing Toy Repair Simulator or whatever the heck it's called, the Toy Master is a deeply disturbing individual. Right, feed them in there and crank it. Yeah. Oh, it was making noise. And crank it. Wait. Crank. Alright, sorry, I left before it finished. Right, you're finished now, aren't you? Right, oh, I've got to crank it again. Crank it! Yeah! There you go. You don't get to see this too often, so I thought, you know, bosh! And bye! Enjoy your stuff! There, space aliens! It'll be back. Right, what do I need for the next? I had 2,500 framey things, which I think I can make, unless they're a different kind of framey thing. 500 lozenges and 100 Jedi training targeting cubes. Okay. Alright, fine. Yeah. Yeah, you're all sick people. Ski has chucked a tear in a bucket. Have we got trains yet? Don't know. We haven't got trains yet. The question is, have I opened the tier on which trains exist? Chances are, no. But you never know. Not for another minute. We will know momentarily. Hold on. And select milestone. And what we're looking for is tier 5 has alternate fluid transport, yeah, oil processing, yeah, industrial manufacturing, tier 6 monorail train technology. Yeah, baby. Alright, that's the stuff, that's the ticket, that's what we want. Right, here we go. Now, you need some computers. No idea. Need some heavy modular frames. Cool. Steel, I make that. And steel pipes. Peachy. Alright, I'm going to need a lot more factory, aren't I? Oh, yeah. Alright. Oil processing. There's a lot of stuff in that. Yep. Industrial things. Yeah. Oh, it's a modular engine. Right. Okay. Trains are within sight, friends. Trucks are within sight as well. Yeah. But I think we're still a long way away. However, the redevelopment of the factory should make getting there a little bit more straightforward. I believe in this in this philosophical redevelopment that we've got going on. I believe in it. Yes. Why? Because if I didn't believe in it, why would I be doing it? Very good. Can't fault the logic there. Yep. Right. Let's get all of this stuff out of my face. Yeah. Yeah. When you're tearing apart the next floor up, I'm tearing apart every floor. Because I need to. Yeah, right. Why don't you go and get some of those concrete ding-dongs made? Yeah, concrete ding-dongs. Yeah. And then you can at least get the next bit of research done. And then you can start working on the next bit of research after that. Ding-dongs. Yes, ding-dongs. Concrete. Yeah, ding-dongs. Right on. Okay, yeah. Have I got space for that? Oh, yeah. Concrete is still downstairs. That's how rubbish that is. Right. Technology. Love a bit of technology. Right. If you hold control, you can scan across things and disassemble many at once. Well, okay. But I think what you'll probably find is that I'll end up dismantling things I did not want to dismantle. Right, and then that's steel, isn't it? Well, I've got some steel. I've got some concrete. We should be good to go. Right, let's go to the bespoke construction edifice. Righto. I need to work on my jump pad locations. I think. Nope, don't go on that one. There you go. They're not fully tuned, not yet. Right, take all of this lot, go and stick it in a different box. Yeah. Right, yeah. What I want flipping smart filtering, so that I can just operate a dump box somewhere and it ends up where it needs to be. I know they exist, because of course they do. It's a Factorio game, of course they exist. But that's not the point. I haven't got them yet. And I want them. Right. Okie dokie. Right, that's you. You are full of cables. Yeah. Let's take all the cables off here. Thank you. Yeah, and the last one. There you are. Right. What are you making it? Take those. Yeah. And select the recipe, which is going to be encased industrial beams. So slap those in there and bang in some concrete. Get to work. Right, so you're doing what? 24 cycles a minute? No, we're making 6 a minute. Okay, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Will I? Well, I'll be back when I remember, which could be 10 minutes. It might not be. It might be later than that. Poop Troll has just subscribed. Okay, fine. Again, I turn that off every week, you know. Every week I turn that functionality off, and yet, no, doesn't stay turned off. Anyway, welcome aboard, Poop Troll. Well done. Hold on, yes, we'll let that one through the safety net. Mr. Hedgebull is off to go and murder people in Hitman Freelancer. Now that the spawn has gone to bed. Yeah, I don't have to wait for the spawn to go to bed. They're old enough. Next door, he's got his mate over this evening, and they're playing Dead by Daylight, and just kind of go, oh, all right. To be honest, they spend most of their time giggling, so it's anybody's guess. Yeah. So there you go. Right. Okay. Yep. Kind of weird that trains are higher tech than a space elevator. Yeah. It is a bit. But, you know, video games. You know? What can you do? There are concessions. Concessions are made to reality in video games because you've got to make them fun. So sometimes you just have to kind of go, yeah, it's not realistic. But at the same time, you got to go, yeah, but okay, I get it. That said, of course, I think things like if you were to deploy the likes of trains and trucks and the like early on, before you got tier 2 and tier 3 belts, you would be that much more encouraged to use them. Because the belts wouldn't be as efficient. Right now, it's too easy just to use belts for everything. So I'd possibly change the order up a little bit. Yeah, but, you know, I'm not one to judge. Except, of course, for all those times that I judge. Right. See, now I've got easy access to all my boxes of stuff. Great. I don't think I've got any more storage space left. So it is time to go and stick together some things that need sticking together. Yeah. Where are you? That's in the proper storage area. Which is... Pick a side. This one. Ooh, could be... Don't be saying anything bad about the AdMech. Yeah. I've got a whole bunch of 40k stuff to put back together, or to put together even. Still in the shrink wrap. I've got hundreds of pounds worth of it, and it's all just sat there. And I'm this time around going AdMech because it struck me that they were orcs for the Imperium. In that they like to scratch build stuff, because I prefer to customize stuff that I make. Right, I didn't actually want you. I want your neighbour. Come here. There. All right, give me some of this. No space. All right, hang on, because we're going to be building some of these, which needs pipe. Okay, that's all right. I've got some of these down here. Yeah, there we go. Right, I don't need those. Don't need quite as many screws. I could probably get away with slightly fewer of them as well. All right, give me a sort. Thank you very much. Okay, we're rolling. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I hear a Jeff. Yeah, you might have done, actually. He was outside belly aching 5 minutes ago. I think he's shuffled off. He's learned that if I've got my door closed, it means the odds of him getting some interaction are fairly slim. But it's all right. He'll be looked after in the fullness of time, but that is not now or this time. What sums up the hard part of the space elevator, which is the cable, yeah, is lowered from space. You don't need the tech to make it yourself. Ah, yeah, okay, yes, I can get behind that. Well, that's not gone well. Okay, all right, fine, go again. Yeah. Tobe, you're off to bed. Okay, good night. Thank you for joining us this evening. Go and do some more sheep in the morning. Because they ain't going to do themselves. Well, they probably will do themselves, but it might not be quite as effective. Yeah. Actually, from what I know of lambing, they do quite a lot of the job themselves. They just need someone to swing by afterwards and make them a cup of tea. Right, yeah, spin that around, stick it on the top. No, other way. Yeah. Yeah, you understand the logic here, right? We input at the bottom, output at the top, because the manufacturing that's going to use the stuff at the top is going to be on a higher floor. See? You've been waiting for an appearance of Jeff and he can't even get in. No, he can't. He's not been his usual charming self this week. He's been a right git. So he can just do one and sit sadly in the hall going, food. Yeah. And it's obviously spring as far as Jeff is concerned, because he's been talking sweet nothings to my arm a lot. Initially, you think, oh, he's just lying down on the desk like he usually does, but nope, nope, he's getting jiggy with it with your arm, and you go, oi, pack it in. Now, I mean, he is demilitarized, he is unleaded, is Jeff, but at the same time, he does, he's hot to trot. Yeah, and it's not like there aren't lady cats in the area either, but I don't think they respond to his level of banter, because obviously he's deaf. I mean, I don't know how much you need to start paying compliments to get very far in the feline world, but one would assume that there is a cat equivalent of dinner and a movie. No, so instead, he'll subtly make himself comfortable, and then subtly get into a position where it's go time. At which point he finds himself on the floor, and then he'll try it again. And then he'll find himself on the floor again, and then he'll try it again, and then he'll find himself on the other side of the door while I'm trying to work. Yeah, so there you go. I know, it's more information than you needed, but that's why Jeff is currently excommunicated. Do any of these line up? Well, some of them line up with themselves. Do any of them line up with anything? No. Not one. Not one is far enough forward. You sure? Oh yeah, I'm totally sure. Well, that was a colossal waste of time then, wasn't it? Well, you got to tell him a story about your cat being all frisky. Yeah, they do like a cat story. They do. I know. They're a strange bunch. It could just be they like your stories. Oh, well, they're a strange bunch. Right. Yeah, there? Yeah, I think so. Right, put another one in here. Eventually, these are all going to be right next to each other. Originally, as you can see, I put a block space in between each one. But on reflection, that's a bad way to have done it. You put that in the wrong place. Did I put this one in the right place? No. What's the matter with you? Where do you want to start? Can't. Put them in the right place. I'm going to have to open the door, though, because it's starting to get too hot in here. I've got the window open, but even that does not suck out the gaseous anomaly that is me yakking away for 3 hours straight. Alright, hang on. I'll make it happen. And then the cat will show up. If the cat decides to try and make things X-rated, however, the cat will be promptly excommunicated again. Alright, okay, there you go. Shut up! Yeah. Yes. Come and see your public. You know, they've demanded it, and I want you to be quiet. Here he is. Yes, he's wounded again. And yes, it's the same wound that he has reopened for a third time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you're a disgrace, cat. You don't deserve any of the adoration that you get. See, look, here he is. We're at the sweet nothings phase. I know your game. Yeah, I know exactly what you're playing at, and it's not going to work. Yeah. Don't even think about it. Yeah, he's going to go for some padding. Is he going to go for the, yeah, he might go, no, there we are. He's now doing the I'm just reclining against your arm. Here he goes. No, he's not. Okay, fine. No, you carry on behaving yourself. But I'm not doing a Jeff gets busy with it live on stream. So I'm going to be even more Johnny on the spot when it comes to chucking you off the desk than usual. You little rotter. Yeah. Yeah. Pick a spot and sit in it, Jeff. Thank you. Alright, there we go. See? We have a system. And while he's happy to behave himself, you know, it all works. No, don't hold that. Skip was telling me if you hold that down, we accidentally delete everything. So try not to hold that key down. There you go. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's it. No. He's fine right now. Oh yeah. Oh, look at the adorable pussy cat. Ah, he wouldn't do anything so. Yeah, he would. Give him time. He'll get comfortable and then he'll think he's in with a chance. Yep, he's padding me directly. Yeah. Normally I'd get it in the jumper, but I'm not wearing a jumper today, so he's just going straight for the. Yeah. Here he goes. Yeah. Yeah. There you go, and you're done here. Yeah. You're welcome to lie on the desk. See, he thinks I'm stupid. He thinks I was born yesterday. Yeah. God, dear. Yeah. Dinner and a movie, Jeff. And even then, no. Yeah, no, see, look. I'm glad you're amused. But there you go, that's exactly what was expected. These don't feel like they're spaced correctly, but they are. They are actually now in a line, and they are spaced correctly. You sure? Yeah. Look, you sidestep like this, you've got them spaced right. They're spaced right. Yeah. He's full of the joys of spring, and he wants to make my arm full of the joys of spring as well, but it's not flipping happening. Catnip and chill. Yeah. Oh, hello. He's come for another go. Hello there. Now sit down and behave yourself. But you try it again, you'll be on the floor again. And you know what happens on the third attempt. I chuck you out of the room. You might think it's harsh, Jeffrey, but it's not. And stop knocking my stuff off the desk, you git. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. No. So, yeah, whoever it was says, I love how much you hate to love your cat. It's true. I don't like cats. I don't like cats at all. And yet, I like my cat. Yeah. Herself left me a cat to keep me company while I needed company. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can stay there. You're not in camera shot, though. I mean, usually, if you're in camera shot, Jeff, it's worth at least a £5. Come on. Shake your behind for the ladies and gentlemen at home. Robert, you have a white cat too. Is your cat deaf? An awful lot of white cats are deaf. Yeah, it's true. Because it's a congenital condition, and he's also, his eyes are different colours. Oh, and I bet my concrete blocks are done. Yeah, you screwed that up. Yeah, let's go again. I keep going out of focus. That'll probably be Jeff. It's also because it's low light in here as well, and it's high light coming from the door. There you go. I shall endeavour to get the lighting right, because my camera's trying to be smart. Why is this not working? You're trying too hard. Oh, okay. All right, just go there. There you go. Right. Good. There we are. No, yeah, no, Jeff's lying down and sulking now. He'll be back. But I wouldn't mind if he wasn't. I wouldn't mind if he just decided to stay there for the rest of the stream. That would be something we could live with. Right, have we got 50? Yes, we do. Right, let's go bung it in the doodah. Bung it in the doodah. If he's deaf, why'd you bother talking to him? Because, what else am I going to do? I mean, I don't think he's going to pick up BSL. I'd give it a shot, but then I'd have to pick up BSL as well, whereas speaking is something I already do. And in the same way as cats, all the noises that cats make are for the benefit of humans. All of that meowing and purring and business, yeah, that's for your benefit, that is. So in the same way that he meows at me, I yell back at him. It's an arrangement. And there you are. Oh, I'm learning hypertubes. Cool. I might make a hypertube.
Milestone reached.
Well, what are you looking at? About an hour left on the stream? You going to do anything useful? I don't know, it depends what the next thing is, but I might make some hypertubes. It could be fun.
Introducing
Yeah, all right.
hypertubes. Safe,
Jeff can lip
aesthetic,
read.
adaptable.
Ah,
Enjoy a view of
yeah.
your hard work as you soar through
Ooh.
incredibly tight turns.
Nuts.
Build them today.
Okay
Note,
then,
Fixit
transport, one
Incorporated is
imagines.
not responsible
Hypertube.
for any harm caused
They
by
use
irresponsible
steel
use of this product.
Pipes and copper paper. Okay. That uses concrete ding-dongs. Okie dokie. That uses regular concrete. And so does that. Okay. Then I need to get some more concrete ding-dongs being made. 10-4. Good buddy. Right. Okay. Libor has been a member for 18 months. I'm late. And you're starting from the beginning right now. Crikey. Spoilers. There aren't any spoilers. Thank you, Libor. I hope you enjoy the last couple of hours. I'll see you when you get here now. Which you are now, in the future. I understand spatial time and distance and anomalies. Put that away. Right. Okay. Yeah, no. Put that away. What have I done? I've pressed a button that's done a thing. Don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know what that's... What's that all about? What have I done now? No, that's just... Just stop it. Okay. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's all fine. Right. But what happened to then? Oh, you missed it. Hope Libor likes car talk. Yeah, we did a bit of that. It wasn't too much car talk. It was a bit. It was a modicum. It was a smidge. You know, it wasn't an excessive amount. That's not the stuff they want. They want this stuff. Okay, right. Yeah, and then go and stick some more of that stuff in there. Okay, you're probably going to want some more of that stuff yourself. Stuff yourself. Okay then. Yeah. What are you doing? I'm making concrete whatnots. Okay. That doesn't happen very quickly, and I suspect you're going to need quite a lot of that in the future. So that's another thing for you to manufacture a lot of. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, as long as you know that. I do know that. Okay. Now, with my storage facility, these boxes are going to be, so at the moment they're 2 tall, right? Looks like there's 4, but there's 2, right? There's 2 of them. Eventually there will be 3. Because I want to retain some on hand of everything at all times. So that if I need to make, as I'm doing now, if I need to make, you know, a quick batch of whatever, then I can. Right? So that's the eventual plan with it. But I have a suspicion I'm going to need a lot more raw resources coming in. I quite fancy doing that by an automated service of either trucks or trains. So, you know, that's and that way you can kind of burst. You're just making what you used to do in Factorio, which you then did again in Dyson Sphere program. All these games are the same. Well, yeah, they are. Well, all right then. Don't pretend they're not. I wasn't pretending they're not. You're the one being all shouty about it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you probably should have picked some more up of that. Ah, well. Yeah. Do you want to... Yeah, I might. All right, okay. Grab those. Yeah. Drop off these. Yep. Oh, yeah, there's lots of that. Right, give it some 6. There you go. Right, now, just keep going. Just make lots of it. All right. I don't think there's going to come a point where we kind of go, gosh, I wish I didn't have all this concrete lying around. My, oh my, there is just so much. Oh no, more concrete. Oh heavens to Betsy. Yeah, I don't think that's something I'll ever say. Apart from by way of example. Yeah. Okay, right. Now, just have a look again. What do we need here? Now, you need 4 for that. Yep. And then for this one, you need copper sheeting, which you're not making, but you do have. I do. And then you need hypertube supports, which you can make aplenty. Okay. I think... Now, I don't know. I've never used hypertubes, never had them before. So this is going to be a ruddy great adventure, but I'm going to build a hypertube out to the power plant, because that seems to be a sensible thing to do. Oh, I could put my hypertubes on top of my conveyor belts. Oh, in which case we should start preparing early. Yeah. Get yourself some resources and things. I've got some resource, I need a bit more concrete. And then start laying it in. I'm going to start laying it in. Right, there you go. Right. How exciting! Building something, everybody. Yeah. By the time you turn up next time around, I'll be using all of those. I will. I'll have it done. I'll get it all plumbed in. Because we want to get to trains, and I want to get there within the next 3 streams, please. Because I'm ready for something else now. I mean, the chat's all good, obviously, but at the same time, I'm done here. I like factory games just fine, but ultimately, there are greater riches in life. Why don't you go and get some copper? Why don't you just build the whole tube, and then just build the entrance in a minute? Nag. Do you pre-materials go in the hypertubes? Take another swing at that one. I'm not quite following your banter. No, have another go at that. Try the words in a slightly different order, maybe. Yeah. Have I got the materials to make hypertubes? Yes. The only I don't is the concrete, and I've got enough now to make an entrance, but I want to obviously I want to make 2 entrances so I can get back in it from the other end. So presumably I can now just go hypertube, yeah, and let's rock and roll. Okay. Yeah. Yep, stick that in there. Smooth, goes through a rock. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it'll be fine with me going through a rock. I don't think it's going to bring me to an abrupt halt. I don't know. Nope, but we will find out. Well, if you do get brought to an abrupt halt by a rock, then you're going to be embedded in a hypertube / rock. Yeah. That's not a good thing. Alright, okay, so we'll make this exit number 1, and then we'll go straight into the next one, which will go down to the steel manufacturing. Right. Why don't you grab that and plunk it over the top of the belt? Well, I've got to get in it first. All right, okay, right. No, you can't make those yet. You can do that. So stick it about there. Right, and then stick that one about sort of here. In fact, let's go and build loads of these. It doesn't want you to. Oh, go on. Darn, you'll do it. There you go. Put that about there. Peachy. Yeah. There you go. Now it's going to do it. Stand on top of the... I can't stand on top of the belt. I've jumped over the far side of it. Okay. All right. Yeah. Just about there. Okay. Now, what I don't know is maybe you need hypertube accelerators, which is what the entrance does. In which case, one hopes, given that the devs have been pretty good in other systems allowing you to do it, one hopes it will allow you to place them on the tube after you've placed it, rather than having to take the whole tube out, put the thing in, and then it won't do that. They'll allow you to just overlay it. Okay, all right, yeah. Stupid autocorrect. Do you or materials? Ah, gotcha. No, there you go. You've already been answered. Thank you. Thanks, Wolfgang. And thanks, James. No, as James rightly points out, hypertubes are a form of transport for people. Yeah. You get in it and it blats you through at very high speed. And then you come out the other end and go, wah-ha, wah-ha. And you go, yeah, indeed, wah-ha, wah-ha. All right, yeah. Now, I'm probably going to run out of materials, but that's okay, because I'll just get some more. But if I can get all the way down to the manufacturing area for whatever it is, steel, yeah, that would be good. Right, yeah, stick that in there. Yeah, you're going the wrong way now. That's okay. We're taking a corner. Okay. Hypertube bug. You might want to look up hypertube accelerators and everything. Oh, I'm not too fussed if it's a leisurely jaunt, as long as I don't get stuck in it. Like Gustav Gloop. Is it Gustav Gloop? August. No. Oscar. Whatever is not out. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, where I get stuck in a tube filled with chocolate. Augustus Gloop. There you go. It was in my brain somewhere. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There you are. Yeah, I know. Literature, friends. Literature. Anyone know if the canon thing still works? Yeah, see, look, you've all caught up. I'd already answered the question by now. There you go. See, Swinny was in there for. Yeah, you were all. Oh, look at the literati we've got in the chat. Augustus, yes. What a bright number of people. Yeah, I've walked into that. Yeah, you have. Okay. Yeah. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is literature. Shut up. Yeah. What have you missed? Kev, what you've missed is about an hour talking about cars. But that was earlier. You were even mentioned. So, congrats. You missed the one-timer stream was actually relevant. To you, anyway. It's always relevant to everybody else. Missing steel pipe. Right, okay, fine. Then we shall go get some. I watched the movie. Oh dear, Coldo. I mean, at least it will have been the Gene Wilder movie, right? Right? Not the Johnny Depp one. Which is okay, but it's not a patch on the original. Yeah. You've made a mess of that. No, I haven't. You fluked it. Yes, I did. And that counts too. Those Augustuses came raining down like they cascaded over a waterfall. It does a little. Surprised CF doesn't know about hypertube accelerators cannons. Oh, I do. Yeah. I've seen Josh muck about with them, but Josh mucks about with a lot of stuff. Dun, 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 dun. I know lots about them, except of course he never shows you how the magic is made. Because he keeps that to himself. I mean, he'll show it. He's not hiding it, but he doesn't go into detail. Now take 47 of these. Put them all in a row. And then you can go really quickly. No, that's not his thing. Besides which, I wouldn't remember it even if I was paying attention. You've done that wrong as well. That's all right, I'm fine. Okay. Yeah, give me some more of that. Ashley, give me some more of that. There you go. Thank you. Do you need some of these? Yeah, I probably do. Yeah. All right. Right. Okay. Off we jolly well toddle. Do. I've unlocked the ability to unlock trains, but I haven't unlocked them yet. Yeah, let's go get some concrete, because I might be able to do that while we're out and about as well. You need steel pipe. I got some, didn't I? Yeah, okay. Right, take as much as much pipe as you got. That's good. And what am I looking for? Concrete. This stuff. Okay. Let's rock and roll, people. Because I'm not going to walk out there. No, I'm going to plug it on the end of the plug it on the end of the pipe, and off we go. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. It's going to work first time. You might need to plug it into some electricity. I might need to plug it into some electricity. Do you remember where you placed it? No, I don't. Didn't you place it at the back? I might have done. That's not where you want it, though, is it? It might not be. Where did you place it? I think I placed it at the back. But you can't be sure. I'm not certain. Well, this is going well then, isn't it? It's there, look. Okay. All right. You know what? This'll do as a test firing. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I don't really care. Let's do it. Right. Give me... Yeah. Plunk it. Needs electricity. Well, we knew it was going to need electricity. That. I've got cable. Everything's fine. Right, bring that out to here. Juice it. Oh, yeah. All right, let's go. Ooh, funk. Oh. Did not get snagged on the rock, everybody. It's all good. Super. I arrive. Slightly bewildered. Okay, alright, and then let's put that on there. I presume I've got some electricity nearby. There we go. Yep, the wait. Okay. There we go. Yep. Why the wait? Because I've got to plug one in here as well. Because I want little getty out, getty in points, you see, so that I can get out and getty back in again. Right, okay, and then build more tube. So, yeah, it's keeping me merrily amused for a moment. Yeah. Or you can go and choose your next item off the research carousel. Ah, lovely. I'll do that in a tick. I'll hypertube my way back there. Okay. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to hypertube all the way out, then put an entrance on, then hypertube back to hypertube junction. Then I'll say hypertube a few more times, and I'll jump back in the hypertube and hypertube it all the way back to base. Which is about 40 seconds walk on a good day. Okay. Well, this certainly has its merits. Once you're working in a multi-site fashion, there's definite value to this. Go on, plug in. There you go. Peachy. Oh yeah, it goes through the ground. Oh, it's a cheeky tunnel, friends. Love it. What? You're suffocating in that. I'll be all right. I built a cheeky tunnel. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. And then we've got a bridge over the river coming up. Oh yeah. Yeah. We're going places. Yeah. All right. Give me the thing. Give me the thing. There you go. I ought to explore this dangerous-looking cave at some point. I'm sure it's filled with wonders. But I have a feeling that it's not filled with wonders, it's filled with death spiders. Yeah, you can't catch me out that way. I know it's going to be filled with death spiders, and therefore I'd rather give it a wide berth. There can't be anything in there that's that good. Well, they can, obviously, but I don't think there is. Yeah, I'll unlock paint at some point, but at the moment I'm not at a make it all look pretty kind of stage of my life. I'm in a make it kind of do the thing a bit stage. Yeah, make it do the thing a bit. Yeah, make it do the thing a bit. Right. What are you going to do here? You're not going to do it. I'm going to put a hypertube entrance on there. Right. I'm going to electrocute it. Yep. I'm going to see if I can jump into it. Hoo-yah! There we go. We're away. We are travelling through the time trumpet. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's all going well. Let's see how it responds to the cheeky tunnel. It's all good. That's a place I'm never going to need to... Yep, cheeky tunnel. Lovely. That's all good. That's all good. It's going to spew me out over here somewhere. Arguably a little further away than ideal, but it'll do. Right. Okay. Oh! I didn't think I had put one on here. I didn't think I'd put one on there. Evidently you did. Can I go the other way? Oh, you can slow down. Yes, you can. You can change direction. Oh, yeah. Okay. Things you didn't know. Alright. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Can I go faster if I keep it held down? No. I need afterburners. No, you know what I bet there is? Go on, tell me. There'll be a hypertube level 2. Oh, how boring. Yeah, I know, but it fills out that tech tree real nice though, doesn't it? Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Why have you got it dumping you here? Is this a good place to be dumped out? You're right next to storage. That's not a terrible place for it. Yeah, maybe rethink. Don't jump back in there. We're done with that for the moment. We're going over to the hub. Hey, that was cool. Okay. Yeah. All right. Super. Yeah. Oh, there you go. That was good. Wasn't that good? Well, yeah. See, look, we've got a bit of pointless transport going on. Hey, that was a delight of a sort. Right. Okay. Where are you going? Hub. It's a long way to get. It's much further to transcend the whole side of the factory than you think it's going to be. Yeah, it's not that dramatic. Right. Okay. Tier 3. We've got vehicular transport, which gives me the tractors and the truck station. Ooh. Now you could automate that. You've got all the bits to do that with. Yeah, you can research this immediately. I mean, you have to go get the stuff, but you can research it straight away. Okay, blueprints I don't care. Oil processing. Yeah. You're definitely going to need circuit boards. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Scanner upgrades for crude oil. Husky Dog has been a member for 8 months. Hi, Colonel. Hope you, Jeff, and the Herberts are all right. They are. Thanks for all the brilliant and crazy videos and streams. Love your content. Thank you, Husky Dog. And thank you for being a member. You brilliant individual. Okay, we can go find oil, which we're going to need. Obviously. Which means we're then going to get refining it, shoving it in barrels, and storing those barrels somewhere. We can also make rubber at that point. This is something we're going to need, isn't it? Alternate fluid transport. Don't know. Feels like it's going to be necessary. Packaged heavy oil residue. That doesn't sound like a laugh. Then industrial manufacturing gets us trucks. You're definitely going to need oil before that. Yes. You also need modular... This gives you modular engines, which we need. There. And adaptive control units, which we need. There. It doesn't give us rubber. Okay, that was oil. And plastic. That was also oil. And motors. Okay, where do we learn motors? Please hold. Okay, motors live. They better not be there. They're not. Thank goodness for that. Do you do motors? Not here. Nope, okay. Do you do motors? Nope. You guys? No. This one? Gas mask. I don't care about a gas mask. What do I miss? I've done tier 1. I've done tier 2. Tier 3. Vehicular flipping transport. Truck station. Well, if you're going to automate your trucks, you're going to need that. Let's do trucks and truck stations because we can knock this one out straight away. Let's do it. Right, yeah. Go on. There you go. Right. What do we need? We need more iron pipes. We need rotors. We need frames. Okay. I'll be right back. I'll find them. It's okay. I'll find them. I'll find them. I'll find them. Not right now, but I will find them. I'll go up to the top deck and use that extra storage stuff that you'd stuffed a bunch of things in. Okay. Don't need nuts. Not at the moment, but thanks for offering. Rotors. Yeah. Give me a couple of those. You only need one. But bring them anyway. We need iron rods. I need 200. There we go. Bring some spare. And then frames. And that's it. Okay. I've got frames. I've got frames. There you go. How many do you want? 25. Perfect. Alright, let's go. Yeah. Right, down the belt a little bit and fling it off the edge. Whoop. Yes, perfect landing. Is that this big lad? Wait, hold on. Bog off! Yep, he's got the message. Right, okay, let's load it up and punch the button. Here you go. Have some of that, have some of this, have some of that, and have some of this. And honk it!
Milestone reached.
Well, go on then.
Transportation, as well as the construction of outposts, is now encouraged. Vehicle stations.
That was a disappointing spaceship launch.
Fuel and restock or collect parts.
I'm disappointed. Oh well. Right. Good. Right. Truck station. Now then, think it through. Work the problem. There isn't a problem. Think it through. What are we going to be bringing in from here? Maybe it should be materials we don't already have. Maybe it should be all materials from all over the place. Now, the tractor's a load of old rubbish. Yeah. The truck is cool. Yeah. Truck station does refueling, unloading, and loading. Right? Yeah. And I've got all the parts to build one right now. So, where do you want it? Good question. Now, running down the outside of the main factory building is viable. You know what? That's probably the best place for it. Yeah, because then it works in accordance with everything else that we're trying to line up. Okay. Yeah, I haven't actually got any fuel for it at the moment, so maybe I ought to chase oil next. See, this feels almost zoop mode, please. Zoop. Zoop. Zoop, thank you. Yeah, it feels almost like having a coherent plan. I know, it'll never catch on. No, it won't. Right. Carry on. I'm not paving the entire country, although it would probably behoove us to do so, but at the same time, this will be sufficient. And then we will put our truck station, which is probably under transports. Truck station. We will park that in about here. Think it through. Alright, further out. A player is in the way. I'm flipping not. You're not trying to build anything that I'm in the way of. Alright, look, sling it down, then go and have a look at it. Alright. Alright. Angle poise at the top there. These look like outs. They are outs. That's an in. Curious. For fuel, maybe? Or is that an out? Or is that an in? I can't remember which one's which. That is an out. These are... Okay, yeah. No, that's an in, you see. Those are ins. That's an out. Right, 3 stripes in. Right, and then over here, you've got the loady, load. Yeah. And then presumably this, so presumably this one's fuel. These two, yeah, are freight. And these two are freight. Gotcha. And this is a climb to the top of the thing. And configure it. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-mm-mm. Whatever. Right. Okay. Yeah. Good. Should we plug it in? I don't think we need to. We're not going anywhere yet. We've got any vehicles. True, but we will have. I'm going to go straight for oil next. I'm not going to build one of the little trucks. I might do before the next episode, but I don't have intentions of building the little trucks. I think I'm going to go straight for the big trucks. Right, anyway, that's juiced up for when we need to do anything with it. It looks quite nice, though. You know, it looks like it's part of the family, and that's a good thing. Yeah, right, okay, yeah. Trucks can run on biofuel and coal. Oh, no, I'm going straight for oil. That's clearly the next thing that we need. My pod's back, so we can block that in. Right, what's next? Tier 3 is done. Tier 4 has got fix-it blueprints, don't care. Oil processing, please. What do you want? You want motors. Do I know how to make those? I'm not sure I do. Find me a gizmo that could possibly make them. Have I got anything new anywhere else I can make? Nope. Maybe I already know how to make them. Maybe it taught me as part of something else. Alright. Because it's the first one in the queue, so presumably I already know how to make those. Let's go to the special order machine. The special order machine's working out quite well, you know. Yeah. Talk to me. Motor. There it is. You need 2 rotors and a bunch of stators. Alright, how many do I need? You didn't actually book it. Let's just say a few. Yeah, no, that's a lot. Alright, select. Let's go for motors and then see how many I can make. Let's gather our riches while we may. Take the belt away. There you go. That one's fine. Right, rotors and stators. Yeah. Have some rotors. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, what do we got here? Small rotor. Yeah. Just shove them in the box. 10-4, good buddy. Alright, there you go. Have some of those. I think the stators are in the box at the other end. I think they are. Okay. Yeah. I think they are. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Okay. Well, go get them then. You just put your nuts in the box. Do you want to rephrase that? Nope, don't need to. Okay. Let's take back the things you might find useful. There you go. Stators, 50. That's not a bad place to start. Shove them straight in here. There you go. Right, 2 rotors, 2 stators gets me 1 motor, right? So I'm effectively going to make 25 of them. That feels like it might be enough. Step 1, cut a hole in the box. Swinny, honestly, you're lowering the tone. Yeah, Jeff's already tried to do that, and I chucked him off the desk, although he is now asleep on the desk. And therefore, it just goes to show what a deterrent that proved to be. Night, Kevin. Thanks for joining in this evening. I hope to see you next time. It's jolly decent of you, etc., etc. Right, oil processing. Yeah, milestone it. Okay, what else do you want? You need 500 lumps of pipe. I can do that. There you go, you can have that. You need 500 sheet metal. Yeah, okay, I've got some. You need a bunch of concrete. I was making it right up to the point that I stopped. And then motors. This is quite expensive. It's oil, dude. It's a biggie. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Alright. Well, you know what? It's nice to know it's not slowing me down too much with all this new stuff. But that's largely because I've got an awful lot of gubbins stored. And that's only going to last a little while longer before I no longer have stored gubbins. I'm going to need to start manufacturing more gubbins. Yeah. You're going to need concrete on an auto manufacture job, aren't you? Yep. And I reckon having something knocking out a few a few motors probably, or at least stators, wouldn't do you any harm either. True. It's okay. It's all fine. That's all part of the game, innit? Innit? Yes, it is all part of the game, innit? Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, these are trotting along. Yes, they are. Are they? They're nice looking model as well. Where are they? Should be in here. Motors. Not seeing them. Try reorganize. That's your inventory. They're here, look. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm one concrete short of being able to fill that bit of the milestone. Just go and make some by hand. Oh, go and make some by hand. Great idea. Yeah, you just get a little mould out and you dunk some steel into the mould with, and the mould, you fill it with concrete and everything's great. Okay, and then downstairs I've got some more sheet copper. Okay. Alright, let's go get it then. Yep. It's all good, but I haven't made anything out of copper in a very long time. I desperately need to get copper rolling again, even though, for the time being, Alice in Ordnung. But Alice will not be in Ordnung for much longer. No. I'd make a great Tau Shiar officer. I don't think so. I've not got the demeanour to be in the Tau Shiar. Honestly, I'm far too jolly. And generally, you know, moderately likeable, you know. And the Tau Shiar are a bunch of scumbags. Flipping Romulan secret police, what are you on about? Just no. Right. Concrete, yes. It needs, no, I've got concrete. I need encased metal beams. Right. Oh, I haven't got any steel. That's alright, I know where I keep it. Keep it in a big box at the back. Whoop. One concrete short is a great country song. Only if said concrete then, you know, beat up his lover who ran off with another, and there could never be a brother and all of that kind of business. Country is surprisingly dark. You hear some lilty lady singing a twangy tune, and it's all about hatchet murders, and you're going to go, oh crikey. Almost there. Right, yeah. Okay. Well, I think this rather sets up the next episode quite nicely. I'm going to knock it on the head. I'm flagging a little bit, I'm afraid. But it does set up... What were you just looking for? Concrete metal. Concrete metal. Right, make some. Word. Right, stick it in there. Next week is going to be all about oil. Right, we shall... you know, I shall be prepared. That we shall do... that we shall be ready to quest for oil. Have I got the bonger? No, you haven't learned. You haven't learned what oil is yet. Ah, yeah. Just keep bonging stuff randomly. So there you go. That's it for today. Have I tried Scrumpy and Western? What that flipping West Coast country stuff? It's all right. It's not my style. I'll be honest. Country. I mean, I can appreciate it, but it's not my particular taste. Thank you very much for watching today. I have been Colonel Failure. Coming up in the next week, you've got the football on tomorrow, and then you've got the other football on tomorrow evening, which I'll be watching, and probably commenting on it in the Discord. So you've got Zootmo turned on. You don't want that. No good can come from it. And then on Monday, the fever will return. And what are we doing? Doing the second half of that route that was possibly a bad idea. Great. And then more fever later in the week. And I'll have the final get back to work this week as well. It is a week that never sleeps, apart from when it's sleepy. I'll catch you next time. Thanks very much for watching. Me and Jeff are out of here. Cheerio.